no difference either way. Okay, thank you. Okay, that button doesn't need, I wonder why that thing.
And it definitely was on air, because yours is on air here.
Now, can you, yeah, the one we just bought doesn't work. It absolutely just flat out doesn't work. Yep. I have, no, that's what I have here. I have my own. We bought another one yesterday, a second one, and I had the new one on. The new one doesn't work. Isn't that weird?
Yes, we can try it afterwards here and try to mess around.
What's it?
We're up.
Huh?
We're up.
Okay, so. We got Deputy Ken over here too. You have to duck in to say hi.
That's all right. I think I can make phone calls and give you.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love it. He's got better antibodies than all of us. Now, I don't know which button to press here to monitor myself. Oh, there's a monitor. Now you can get me. Yep, that's it. That's the button for now you can get me on here.
Nope.
Well, you will.
Okay.
You will. When you get online
Okay.
here with it'll go through there. That should feed our stream, my microphone. Are you not up?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Is this
Facebook
studio?
is
Okay,
up.
are you getting an input from my mic on that? No, I'm not talking.
Actually, it's coming through there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, it should be coming through here because that button is.
Like I said, I should be hearing it too, and I don't.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. That's it right there. I can hear it. I can hear it through the monitor.
You, but I can't hear. Like I say, through here, it's. I think you're coming through the mic on there.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. We are solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. And we are here, and all of us are at remote locations. This is the Troubleshooter Cave, and if you lean in here. Deputy Doc, okay. Then Dano's over here, and then we have Mark. Mark, check in. Mark, maybe. Well, he'll check in anyway.
I am checked in.
Okay,
I am checked in.
You're checked in. Then we have Deputy Chan, Deputy Slim at a remote location, and we're all online connected to solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. I just took mine today. In fact, I have a little one here. Let me show it to you. This is a chewable. Don't get crazy. You don't have to swallow. It's a chewable. Anyway, it's really good for boosting the immune system. It also helps with pain, anxiety, and any other joint problems. It's symptomatic relief and an anti-inflammatory as well. So I guess that's more than just symptomatic relief. It does away with inflammation. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Martino in the coupon code. Get 25% off. Okay, now we are going to feature business today as well as, of course, consumers with problems. But any businesses, you have an open line to us. Call us. Let us know what you're doing to stay alive. And if you want people to drop by, or you're still doing this and you're still doing that. Now, I know K&H Home Solutions, they're still in business. They were scheduled to be on the show today. If they want to come on the phone, Daff, we can get them on the phone and talk to them. Again, what we're doing is we are taking any and all calls at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. And a few things I want to mention. I think it's good that we have right now an abundance of caution, okay? But what I don't think is good is the shelter-in-place thing. I think that should only be for the at-risk population because it's killing. It's literally killing business. In fact, in Colorado, just the restrictions we have are killing business. I want to go over some stats with you. Okay, 84 million people got swine flu in 2009 and 2010. 84 million. Do you find that hard to believe? 84 million. And people did not go crazy over it. And there were how many people were killed?
61,000. Last year, 34,000 died of the flu.
Yeah, of the flu. 31,000 died of the flu.
And the year before that, it was 60,000.
And the year before that, 60,000. So we have had similar things. But not, you know, so again, I don't want to downplay this and say don't do anything, don't be careful. And I'm positive we're going to bounce back from this. We have to just have that attitude. We're not going to let this get us down. If you can get through this rough time, by all means get through it, but you shouldn't go silent. You should go out there and still tell people what you're doing. That's why we're telling you on the referral list, we're checking in with each and every member every single day just to say what they're doing. We're asking you to call in. If you're in business, this is where media with a purpose to help you. And then, of course, consumers with problems always. And our regular number is 303 Martino, 24/7, 303-627-8466. That gets to us all the time. The 303-713-TALK is when we're in the studio, 713-8255. First and foremost, let's talk. How are you faring? How is it affecting you? I don't know if we realize how it's affecting people. First of all, teachers, they'll still get paid. Wait staff and service people don't get paid. Even if their bosses wanted to extend them minimum wage, without tips, they're going to be dead without tips. And then let's talk about other industries. What about salespeople? Are people going into car dealerships? They should be. There's no reason not to. You know, I know that the government wants us to stay put, but at the same time, if we're not having large gatherings, there's nothing wrong with transacting business. You can go and have get floor coverings. You can go and buy an appliance. You can go and buy computer stuff. You can get your car serviced. And these are the messages we have to get out. We're not closed for business as a country, and that message would kill us. It's not serious enough to be closed for business. Now, the shelter in place in San Francisco, they had their reason because they're so close together. New York is considering it, but it's a drastic measure. We will get through it as a country. I love the people spreading positive news. There's a lot of garbage you're hearing, a lot of rumors when it comes to healthcare. Let's talk about some of them. First of all, there are no door-to-door testing procedures going on. If someone knocks at your door and wants to charge you, or says they have a testing kit, does not exist as far as door-to-door. They're not doing it. The CDC isn't doing it. Local health officials aren't doing it. And some people have already been victimized. Another thing, people calling, saying they're collecting for charities, for displaced workers and all of that. Be very, 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 very suspect of charities, especially new charities. And if they say they're from an old established charity, for example, if they tell you they're from Red Cross or Catholic Charities or something, verify it. And this is a time when there are a lot of scams going on to take advantage of the fear. And as far as investing goes, if people would just not panic buy and panic sell, we wouldn't feel it because most businesses would not have their fundamentals affected by this. Mark, as far as fundamentals and this, we have airlines affected. We have the restaurant industry affected.
Hotels.
Right, hotels. But as far as Amazon, Walmart, pick some other big stocks. Pick them. I mean,
well, a lot of those are going to come down to supply chain. I mean, right now they're still getting trucks to these stores.
And
if it turns out we can't get trucks, then we're going to have a problem.
But that's the thing, Mark. That's why people are hoarding toilet paper. I swear to God. They say as soon as they get toilet paper in, it goes. You know what I think? Here's what I think they should do. They should limit supermarkets and department stores and malls. They should limit the number of things people can buy. Just shut them down. Why not? It's ridiculous what people do. They're creating their own problem with this thing. All right, so on the supply chain, there's no indication there will be a problem with supply of anything. If anything, we should have a glut because we don't have people consuming in the normal amounts the other stuff. The only thing they seem to be doing is hoarding toilet paper. And for the love of God, I cannot figure out the toilet paper thing. I just can't figure it out. I really can't. I mean, I don't think people are going to be doing stuff more so if they feel that they're home and they'll be using home facilities more. I mean, I saw a woman who had 3 carts filled, and she's just a little woman, and I don't even know if she lives with people. And I'm wondering, so, we hear from consumers all the time. So right now, problems, questions, and complaints, 303-713-TALK. 303
I've been staring at I've been
Yes.
staring at stocks all day, and
And what do you
Ford. Well, I'll tell you the one that's really scary right now is Ford cut their dividend, which is the only reason anybody would buy Ford. So I mean, it's down around $4 and change. I mean, we might see Ford go out of business, not just because of this. Ford has done a lot of things wrong in the last couple of years, but man, it's just remarkable watching these things, Tom. This could really affect car sales.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to hear from businesses and callers coming right up. We have Country Comfort Heating and Air. They're on. Anybody, you're free to call in 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466, or 303-713-TALK. More coming right up.
Hey, I had an idea,
Thanks.
Tom.
I got a spot coming.
Oh, let me know when you got a minute.
Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's not on the call screen. It's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal, but is this short, right? Yes, Century. Gotcha. I just have another live
Okay.
slot. Dan, I wonder why. I want to try that new one again. I want to
we'll
try
it
it.
afterwards.
Why wouldn't it work out of the box?
I don't know. I don't know, there must be something we're doing.
It doesn't make sense to me. Does it
Right.
make sense to you?
No. Everything. I just look at this. So you don't have either air or
No, I don't.
plugged in.
Yeah, I'm going to try and figure out what that is.
So this is the correct setup there.
I'm going to look that up. CentryRV.com. CentryRV.com. That's the website, but they're still open. Yes, they are. And they have a service department on exit 240 and I-25. That's the Longmont turnoff there, just north of the city. And they have a place out west with a giant 30,000 square foot showroom. So you can be indoors and look at all of your RVs, new and used, Class A's, on down. And they have all of the popular camper trailers. They have camper trailers for around 10 grand, brand spanking new. 303-453-1111. And by the way, that Lakewood showroom just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. 303-453-1111.
What would it take?
Okay, go ahead.
What would it take to set up a clearinghouse where if you have a restaurant that delivers, to have people who are out of work as waiters come to your place and make a delivery
Let's make that suggestion.
so that you have,
I'm sorry.
I'll have it, thanks. So you have some kind of system where the waiters can deliver and at least get some work.
Okay, and we have water too, Dan?
Yeah,
I'm
with
good.
that.
You don't want water?
Yeah, I'm good right now. Or if you're getting them, I guess I'll take them. You're taking them. Hey, Doc, so we're on right now, just let you know.
Okay,
Yeah, just like always, Doc.
yeah, I know, that wasn't anything that I would love people to hear.
Right. No, I just want to let you know. But,
I don't know this light if we need it, but my wife said it was pretty anemic looking.
are you on the call screen?
I don't know, is that bad for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
You saw that I had the pre-clipper up.
Yeah, I'm going to take it right after the break. Thank you, dear.
Perfect. She doesn't have a lot of time to hold, so I appreciate that.
Well, wouldn't that be a good thing to have some kind of central clearinghouse where a restaurant that needs drivers to deliver
Yeah. Could take it there. It's only two.
so that guys who are waiters who are out of work can go there and at least make some money delivering for restaurants that don't have drivers.
I just looked at. I got one from Payway. They're shutting down till like April 4th.
What is, Payway, right.
And they did a lot of takeout prior to this.
Really, I'm surprised they're shutting down.
Yeah. If you want to get your own call screener,
Yes,
okay, here, let me show you something on this. You can see the chat on here too.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out, it doesn't fit on my screen.
Oh, okay, maybe that's why. It doesn't
Yeah.
have your screen there.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
What the hell are you talking? Okay, guys. I will figure this out. I think I got a darn speeding ticket coming
You got
through
a
here.
speeding ticket?
Well, it flashed.
Radar?
It flashed. And
Well, you know, you don't have to, unless they serve you, you don't have to answer it. Right, Tom?
Right.
I mean, I've never answered
I've
one,
never answered one.
except for the time they served me.
Yeah, when they serve you, you have
Right.
it, and then you can just make your deal.
Exactly.
Anything you need, just let me know, Doc. I gotta do a bunch of commercials today. That's why I wanted that other mic.
do you need a notebook or anything? You want
You know,
paper?
I've been getting away with it, but I should probably.
I can give you paper here. I forgot to bring my earbuds.
Forgot to bring what, Doc?
My earbuds.
Oh. Doc, you got paper, you got your notebook. Do you want something to write something? Oops. That's nice.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. You can join us live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on the iHeart Radio app, 303-713-8255. Frank Duran, the real estate man, he's still in business. If you're looking to list your home, he says he had 24 offers yesterday. He said things are still working in real estate quite well, buying and selling, 303-713-8255. Country Comfort, Anna Lynn, the owner, or one of the owners, or Anna?
Yes.
Tell us what's going
Anna
on.
Lynn.
Oh, Lynn. Okay, good. Oh, good. Tell us
It's
what's going
Anna Lynn.
on. Tell us what's going on.
Sorry.
Country Comfort, Heating and Air. You're still running calls.
Still running calls. Haven't seen anything
Good.
negative about it. Reading the newspaper is the only time that I get any kind of anxiety about it.
People are using your service. What do you do? Of course, heating and air.
Doing heating and air conditioning, yes. And
what are most people calling about?
We're really slow.
Oh, you are? Okay.
They're not calling.
They're
calling.
not. I'm sorry. I thought you said.
They're not calling.
I thought you said everything was going well. So why do you think they're not calling?
Physically.
Why do you think they're not calling for service?
I believe they're afraid. People are afraid they're either not having a problem because the weather's been as mild as it has been, or they're just holding on to their money, perhaps, and afraid to spend anything.
Yeah, that could be it more than anything.
On the flip side of that,
yeah,
that's what I'm hoping. And then once I get my offer out, I'm hoping that will turn things around. Because we've had to cut prices to just try to entice people that, they're thinking about having their system replaced, or they're putting off having something done. We're cutting 25% off of our prices off of our normally.
Okay, that's good to know. Country Comfort, 25% off all prices. You can find them on the referral list at referralist.com. Thank you very much, Anna and Lynn. We're just trying to boost business no matter who you are. Call in, have fun. Chris, what's going on with you, Chris? What's happening?
Some projects at our house, and our house is built in '63. Asbestos check. And what are they checking? For?
They're checking for air levels only. And they're checking to see if you have are you talking about during construction, monitoring it, or are you talking about to see if you even have it?
to see if I even have it. I know we've had a couple quotes
Any
on some
good
bathrooms. in the
any
past.
good home improvement contractor, such as Genesis, TotalExteriors.com, AAA Taurus Construction, Christie's, all of the people on the referral list, they all know how to do it, and they do it. Anybody worth their weight, they must do lead and asbestos. So all I can
Okay.
tell you, did you pick a contractor yet?
No, we're just starting.
Okay.
We're just starting.
I-
So we'll
now-
definitely be going off referral lists.
Now, I promise you these people are all compliant when it comes to this stuff. And also, over at our restoration company, he's a great guy. He can test American Restoration. And he is a really, really good environmental scientist when it comes to testing for levels. And if you needed someone just to check to see if you have them, if you have asbestos and you don't want to do contracting, he could do that. So let us know as you go, and then whatever you need, we're here for you. Bill has a comment on Lowe's. Hello, Bill. What's happening? What's going on?
Hey, what's up? Hey, with that asbestos, he could probably take a sample and have it sent off because who wants someone coming into the house right now? You know, all he has to do is take
No,
a
wait,
piece
Bill.
off.
See, that's the attitude I don't like. What would be wrong with having service professionals or contractors in your home?
Because you don't know. They can say whatever they want to say.
Listen.
But that's besides. We won't argue on that.
No, what I'm
today.
saying is if you keep your distance, do you realize this is not on you do not
I
contract
know.
this from inanimate objects. Okay, what did you want to say about Lowe's?
Anyway, I think the reason is because my son's been working retail probably for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's not a matter of supposedly that they don't got, like, say, the toilet paper, but the warehouses aren't in town. They're up in Wyoming, and they can't get the stuff down here.
But why?
whatever-
People
I
are
don't know.
driving trucks, Bill. Bill.
No, he's not driving trucks.
No.
But that's where their warehouses are.
Yeah, but Bill,
are the
listen,
stores.
hold on. I love when you call, but right now, I don't want to strike panic by telling people trucks are not
Okay.
moving. Bill, it's not true. Trucks are moving. So I don't know
Well-
why you're saying it. They are moving. Why are you saying they're not?
Well, I'm not saying they're not moving. Why isn't the stuff in the store then?
Because people are going in and buying everything
I know.
out. I mean,
I
it's
know.
absolutely ridiculous. People are absolutely ridiculous. But listen, I hope you're staying safe and warm. And really, I mean that sincerely. So we got to move on. And I always enjoy your calls. 303-713-TALK. Let's talk now. Hold on. Okay, I have time. I want to hear about toilet paper, Dennis. Are you can you lend us some sanity here when it comes to toilet paper? Go ahead.
Yeah, I can lighten it up. My friend Jim's daughter explained it exactly. What happens is somebody tells everybody they got coronavirus and they all crap.
Oh,
That's a lot of
God.
toilet paper.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, listen. A note to my staff here. Great job. Mark, Suzanne. Suzanne's working behind. We have Deputy Chan online. I just saw Deputy Slim. I call him. He's Slim, but trust me. And then we have Deputy Doc. TJ wants to talk about real estate photography. Go ahead, TJ. What's happening with you, sir? What's going on, TJ?
Hello, Tom. How are you?
What's
this is
happening?
TJ. Well, hey, I wanted to let you know I'm still out and about, alive. I own a real estate photography
Okay.
business.
Tell us how we can help you.
And, well, hey, I think photography for real estate properties is more important than ever now.
Right.
So
Of
if
course it is.
people are not on board getting great photography.
Now, do you work with
I mean-
brokers or do you work with consumers or both?
Mostly brokers.
Put the word out.
I work with are Airbnb owners, stuff like that.
Put
But,
the word out.
Hey, if there's any, I shoot luxury real estate property. If anyone needs any photos done or,
All right.
3D walkthroughs,
Where do they find you?
20% off.
Where do they find you? Hey, wait.
ArchitecturalStorytelling.com.
Architectural storytelling.com.
Storytelling. That's right.
Did you do that Matterhorn stuff?
I have something that's better than that. It takes about half the time.
Hey,
And
dude,
it's the tiniest
I
thing.
want you to call Get Found Fast and troubleshoot with them, your website and your URL.
Absolutely.
You need a better
Yeah.
URL. Now, I don't mind
It's a long
architectural
one. It's like
architectural
a total
storytelling.
experience.
It just is that the name of your business?
Architectural Storytelling is the name of my real estate photography business.
Okay. Y I could come up with a better URL for you in 15 minutes.
Oh, let's hear it.
Well, right. I'm going to give us some. Okay, you be listening. I'm going to give us some thought. While I'm doing a show right now, so it's going to be hard, but I'll be giving it some thought. Mark, give us some thought and shoot me some ideas over the instant message. Okay, we have more coming right up on the Troubleshooter show. I think I'm early. No, I'm great. I'm on time for the first time in my life. Uh-oh, this may mean a break in the coronavirus. Okay.
Awesome, you're down.
Now, staff, can you hear me? Okay, Mark can't hear me, right? But tell him. Somebody is fucking with the call screener. Do not, they have completely fucked it up, and I'm gonna unfuck it. So don't be deleting columns and adding columns and doing anything except putting names in there. And that's for whoever did it by mistake. It could have even been me. Okay.
Did you see this?
No, I don't. Why is that, bro? Why is that? Now, I see Daphne and Shannon are both on that cell right now.
They should be the only ones.
Oh, wait, I know why, Shannon. Wait, who put that in there, Shannon? You or Daphne? No, here's why. You're not allowed. I think I have you down just as a viewer. Let me put you in there that you can edit. Yeah. SimplyFloorsInc.com. You can save money even more than ever now with Buddy Mitchell, Karen Mitchell. They're still in business, Southwest Corner, 52nd and Ward. And let me tell you something. They normally have savings. Now they have even better savings because they're in a buying club with the other independents across the country to compete with the big boxes. And they pass the savings on to you. I promise. You will save. They'll make an appointment in your home or do FaceTime or phone calls or visits. Just go to SimplyFloorsInc.com. Okay, I know what to do. Shannon, I'm going to fix that for you. I'm going to make it so you can do that. Now I know what happened, I think. No, I put you down at you can edit. I don't know. You have editing privileges. I have no idea why you can't edit. I have you down being able to edit. Now, why does it go away when you do that? I'm going to put test in there, see if it stays. Okay, my test stays there, Shannon. Why don't you just try to write something in there now? I mean, I can't think of any reason why you can't do that. There it goes, testicle. All right, you got it. You know, the protection on these sheets are so difficult compared to an Excel sheet. If I want to protect the format, it's so difficult to figure out how to do it.
This guy on there says...
Now, Daph, be thinking of ways, are you still up with me, Daph? Be thinking of ways to use Deputy Slim and Deputy Doc if you need them. I can use Deputy Doc here. You can use Deputy Slim.
Okay,
So
I want you to know that I did ask, there is a live for Zero Res at 12:30. I already am in contact with Liz.
Good.
We're going to figure out about
Good. We'll get them on. Any one of them that want to go on live, we can do it. Like if it's, I mean, if we, don't have every one of them, but, we have to spread them out. The one for malaria, right?
Yeah, I'm looking up. See what it says.
Oh, fuck, I don't have your mic. I gotta try that.
It's okay.
Wait a minute. We should be able to Y connect this. I got a Y.
Do you have a Y?
I have a Y.
Okay.
We're gonna try the Y during the break. I'm gonna run downstairs during our God, Dan, I don't think that's broken. I think there's something we just overlooked.
Right.
It's
We're just too busy there.
It's just too weird that it would be broken out of the box.
Right.
It does. You hand it over to me. Let me look at this. There's something. Okay. No, we were connected, and I was in here. This one and this right here. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Maybe you need to go, that's, one is a primary,
But why would it matter?
and it shouldn't.
I mean, it really should, but you're right, maybe. I mean, maybe one has to be in first. That makes no sense to me. No. This is a nicer unit. So I'm going to look it up. It's called a...
Do you want to see some comments on YouTube here?
Bad.
They said as far as the advice, as far as...
I'm getting bad advice?
Well, they think as far as
let me look. I want to see it for sure.
Okay.
Let me see. I got to go to me. This is my other one. Wait, see, I got to go to where I manage.
I want to make sure everybody stays protected there.
Where do I go to the ones where I manage, the pages I manage? I'm here, pages I manage.
What are you
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's on? What's going on in your life? Let's help you, 303-713-TALK. Okay, listen. We're going to go right to the phones. Let me get to them. Where's my screener here? I don't have it. Okay, I'll have to find it. Who should I take right now? Just give me someone, and I'll take them. Just anybody. Bring them up. All right.
Rick on line 1.
Hey, Rick, you have a courier service?
Yeah, well, I work for a courier service, Boulder Denver Couriers, and I've been with them for over 20 years, and we do, small courier packages. We have, box truck does large truck deliveries as well, but we are just crazy busy. We go to homes because people are right now working out of their homes, picking up packages, payroll checks, etc., delivering. So it's like crazy busy out here, even in the snow.
Well, I'm happy that you're busy and you're making money. That's good.
Yeah.
So courier services, that's a good thing to keep in mind. People can use courier services if they want to drop something off, pick something up. As a courier service, though, do you do things under contract, or can people call you during this crisis and say, hey, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Do you guys take one-ups?
Oh, yeah, we do it all the time. In fact, that's where a lot of this extra business we're getting so bombarded with we're doing right now. So
okay.
You go to Boulder, Denver.
What's the name of the company?
Couriers.
What's the name?
Boulder Denver Couriers.
Okay, Boulder Denver Couriers. Thank you very much. And Don wants to talk about local business. 303-713-TALK. Go ahead. What's happening?
Hey, Tom, how you doing today?
Good. What's going on?
I was just I can't figure it out. All these businesses have been booming for years, and they've been off for a week, and they all act like they're going broke.
Well, think about this. When expenses keep going exactly the same, almost the same, I say, and then all of a sudden you cut your revenue, I mean, it is rough. Now, you're right, a week wouldn't do it, but it's not just a week. They're looking forward, and they're starting to panic now, as they should. What do you think? It's exaggerated by some way?
Oh yes, I think
how?
they're waiting for that. I think they're waiting for that tax bailout.
I don't think. I think any one of these businesses, if you gave them a choice, would rather have the business than the tax bailout. The business.
Oh, I agree with that, but
and listen to this. Okay, I thought of another one. And thank you, Don, for calling. I appreciate it. Okay, so here's the deal. When we talk about businesses. Okay, I just heard, like I said yesterday, Floyd's. They cut hair. How many other hair cutting places closed? Do we know? Here's the bottom line. Those people get paid to cut hair, and they're not going to get paid for not cutting hair. They have to be hurting. They have rent. They have kids to support. They have, I mean, really, it's not like this is an industry where they have a lot of money to pad them, especially those kinds of service industries. How about manicures and pedicures? Are people having that done? I'll bet you they're not. I'll bet you they're afraid. They're saying, I'm not soaking my feet in that water. You're going to get all kinds of fear like this. And this is where I believe we are crippling businesses. Now, I'm not going to be a cheerleader and tell you there's nothing wrong, but there's a lot of things right. First, the supply chain. Don't believe people telling you we don't have supplies. You can go to the store and you can buy anything you want. Now listen, I know the news business is in the business of having sensational headlines. If you listen to the opening hour of a newscast, I swear to God you'll think the world is ending. But it's just not accurate. The supply chain is fine. Now here's where the supply chain could go bad, is if the government orders trucks to stop rolling, then you're going to see panic, okay? I don't think that's going to happen. That is why, but the supplies are still being hoarded by people. And again, hoarding to me is just, it's not good. It's not good. It's selfish, and there's no reason for it. I'm not saying you shouldn't get enough supply for your family, but to hoard is just creepy. It's creepy, and you're the kind of person I'd throw out of the lifeboat, or during an atomic war, or during the zombie apocalypse, I'd shoot you first. You are the people I don't want around, the hoarders. I swear to you, I don't want you around. Now, what bad advice am I giving out, Dan? Go over there. Somebody who's taking issue on Facebook. I'm trying to get our Facebook up here.
It's not Facebook, it's on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube. Okay, let me go to our YouTube. And what are they saying in essence? Can you just...
They're basically saying that people shouldn't be having people in their homes. They should be keeping that space apart.
Well, okay, that's a lot of crap, okay? The service industry does not have to pose a threat to you. If you have someone come in your home and they go downstairs to your furnace room, they're not going to infect you. If they're coughing, yeah, I mean, they shouldn't be out, okay? But what about they wear face masks? Let's call some of our service industries. Let's call Fix It 24/7, and let's call Plumline. Those two in particular. I want to talk to Bob Logan over there, and I want to talk to George Donaldson, Daphne. Let's talk to both of them. They wear shoe coverings, okay? They're not going to track in. This is what you need to know. If they touch something, they don't spread virus necessarily. It is through the air mostly, and it's through the, I hate the word spitule. I don't know what else what is that what they call it, Deputy Doc? The stuff you cough and you sneeze. As far as we know, it's not spread by inanimate objects or food. If I'm told that even if it's on your counter, you have to then touch your counter. Now you have it on your hands. Then you have to transmit it to your eyes and your mouth or your nose. Okay? Then it has to multiply, and it's assuming you're not going to wash your hands. It's assuming you're going to touch your eyes, or you're not going to every now and then wash your face, which you should. People wash their hands. Wash your frickin' face, but wash your hands first. And having service people in your home, social distancing doesn't mean isolation. It means social distancing. God, I can't believe I'm the voice of reason. I'm usually the one out there telling people, beware. And nobody listens because, you know, I tell you scams and this and that, and you don't listen. I tell you about the nuisance abatement law in Denver and how it's the most unjust, disgusting law targeting minorities, and nobody cares. But I say something like have service people in your home, and all of a sudden I'm being unreasonable. Steve has a comment on panic. Go ahead, Steve. What's happening? Steve, are you there? Guys, can you help me here? Are we connected? How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
You're on now.
Steve,
Now
what's going
we
on?
can hear
Hey, bro,
me.
what's happening?
Not much. I hear you ranting, and I agree. I drive delivering to local supermarkets here in Denver, and I just don't get
the hoarding and the packing,
That's
panicking.
exactly right. What is going
It,
on?
it's the food chain, the supply chain is not down. I told my wife when I stop going to work, then you can worry. But it's ridiculous. I mean, people waiting outside the store, they're taking stuff off my truck right to the frozen department for no reason. There's plenty of stuff out there.
So what do we do to instill that in people? How do we tell people about that? That's the
Well,
problem.
I stopped at Walmart yesterday, and what they're doing, which made sense, the lady had a pallet of paper towels, and she said, "You want one?" I'm like, No, I'm good." She goes, "Well, I'm not putting them on the shelves. I'm just making sure everybody takes one apiece." She said, "You want one?" And like, no, I'm good. I was talking with another lady there too. I was like, I don't get it. Especially in this day and age, everybody's telling me, "Oh, well, I was talking. I don't know. I have my radio off." I don't get it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just having a problem. I'm getting some echoing.
I don't know. I have my radio off.
Okay.
Again, I don't get it.
I'm
Well,
getting a lot of
finish
echo.
up real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, everybody's telling me, I'm hoarding paper because what if I get shelter in place and all of this? And I'm like, King Supers, Walmart, most of the markets will deliver to your door along with restaurants.
Hey, Shannon.
Yes, sir.
For some reason, I'm getting a lot of echoing from his call. Can you put him on hold and let's take a break and figure it out? Okay, Shannon. I'm Tom Martino. For some reason, I'm getting
Thank you.
I think he's got a radio.
And sir,
Let's call her.
Listen, guys. I'm hearing 10 seconds behind everything. No, I'm just hearing you go to break right now. I got to reconnect. Bye. Testing. It might be that.
I think that was caller, wasn't it?
Testing. What was? Okay, I think it's this thing. Yeah, no, I have to do something. I have to go to preferences. I'm disconnecting. This is terrible. This thing I have to do. I want to see if that makes a difference. I can't. Why am I hearing in my own house 10-second delay? No, I can't do this. I got to get rid of it. And no, this is bad. I don't want to hear Q. I can't do it. I can't. I'm hurting here.
You want to ask Mark?
I got to reboot. Just hold on. What am I hearing here?
I thought it was the
Testing.
the caller, but now I don't think that.
Testing. I'm disconnecting everything.
I thought it was the
Testing.
the caller, but.
I know what was happening. I had my sound up here. I was screwing myself. I was hearing YouTube. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I screwed myself, guys.
Gotcha. That was YouTube.
I got it. Yep.
So just turn your volume down all the way.
Yep. It was my own fault. I was screwing myself.
No big deal.
I can't have sound up here. It's okay. Got it. We're fine now. Let me just make sure I have this selected. I got to go to my system here. And now let me connect. I'm fine. I'm fine now. I'm fine. Guys, I'm fine. Thank you. I had sound through my computer feeding through this. I'm sorry. It was my own fault. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So Doc, what do you think out there is good information, bad?
Mile High Estate Planning when? Right now? Whenever you want. Thanks. Okay, got you. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. I have never seen someone react to a crisis situation better than this. Blake Harris, attorney at law, knows right now getting your estate in order is important. It's always important. He has offices, first of all, in Boulder, Colorado Springs, Denver. Free parking always. He's at Union Station, by the way. And he can FaceTime. He can text. You can text this number I'm going to give you. And he can also come to your home or do everything online, whatever you need. Postnups, prenups, probate, trust administration, wills, beneficiaries, deeds. All of those important things cannot wait. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. Here's the number. You can call or text 720-924-6171. That's 720-924-6171. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. Blake Harris, attorney at law. Okay, what I need to do is connect this again. Is this better now? Yeah, this is.
Well, I still am not hearing you.
I want to make sure you're still getting me.
Oh, no, I am. Through here.
Okay, but if I turn this off, you don't, or you do? Does this matter?
I can't see that
right
right
now.
now until radio until.
I just want to make sure this mic is picking me up rather than that one. And
it is that one. Because I turned this off. I turned that one off.
Okay, good.
So you're good.
So it doesn't matter if this is on or off. It still goes through.
Right now, that up and down is
that means
K-How. That's K-How. This here is.
See, I can turn off.
There. Okay, yep, that's that. That's K-How right there.
I'm sorry, I did that stupid mistake.
No problem. So, Doc, what are your buddies saying about?
It's a learning curve, guys.
I think what Tom is saying is rational and reasonable. You know, if someone comes into your house and you stay 6 feet away from them,
I'm sorry.
You don't have to worry about transmission. It's crazy.
I do think about hair cutters, though. What do you think about barbers and?
Again, I think if it's somebody who's doesn't have a fever.
I know, but you can be asymptomatic.
That's the problem.
I want to continue. Was the double sound coming over the air? Oh, just through me. Okay. I apologize. Okay. We got it. So I got to remember the sound on this computer. I got to keep it off. All right. Hi, Tom Martino here. Okay, I figured out what happened, folks. I'm sorry for the confusion. I was getting double sound. I was listening to my computer at the same time we're on delay. So, Steve, just sum up why you think people, just sum it up. Why do you think people react in a way contrary to what they should? I mean, that's the only way of putting it. You hear, do not panic, do not hoard, and we hoard. Because we think by them telling us not to panic that we should be panicking. Or when they tell us not to hoard, what they're saying is, we're expecting problems, please don't get extra. I mean, do you think we don't believe our officials and our authorities?
Yeah, I think it's that and fear. There's been so much. How many times fear that, what you're saying, hey, it's fear, they're not telling me the truth. Well, let me tell you, warehouses have a 5-day supply. They're not shutting down. I haven't missed a day because of the run on stuff. In fact, the only reason they're getting low is because they haven't added any extra trucks. It has nothing to do with food being unavailable. Heck, this is Colorado. We run through snowstorms. If the road's open, we're there. This virus is not. I'm like you. I think it's way overblown. Yeah. Is this the new norm now?
It is over. I don't care what anyone says. It is overblown. And again, if I was king, what I would do is simply quarantine, not completely, but isolate or social distance the people at risk. The ones who will end up in ICU, the ones who will end up putting a strain on the hospital. The 14-year-old's not going to school. They're not going to put a strain on the system. If you just did that, I think that actually those people would get sick and it would go away faster. And then the people who haven't gotten it, they're not putting a strain on the system. And eventually, we're going to get a vaccine or some kind of treatment. In fact, the latest that I heard, Deputy Doc, I don't have you on mic, and I'm going to fix that during the break. I'm going to get another mic here. But weren't they, they're experimenting with the malaria drug, right? Chloroquine? Okay, it seems to be helpful in treating or killing. Both. Okay, so they're looking at the malaria drug right now. That's hopeful. Plus, they have taken off the normal steps for vetting a drug.
So, Tom, what do you think about this? Not to alarm anybody.
Yes, sir.
But,
go ahead.
You know, when the flu season, the regular flu comes, people could get it, not know it, have mild symptoms.
Right, that's right.
What are the odds that all of us have been exposed? I've been out here running my run, contacting people.
How
I'm
old
in
are
great
you?
shape.
How old are you?
You know, I'm 62.
Yeah, well, okay. You and I are in good health for our age, but here's the deal. You're going to feel it. Over 60, you're going to feel it. There's no way you're going to be asymptomatic. The asymptomatic people, by the way, are the ones that are younger. Those are the asymptomatic people. All right, I want to go to Craig, who also has a comment on panic before the hour ends. And then, of course, we have several hours to go. This is a 4-hour show. We go till 2 o'clock Mountain Time. And go ahead, Craig. And those listening online from across the country, we want to hear from you as well. We want to hear what's happening in your neck of the woods. And, of course, if you need help, we will help you. Craig, what's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Yeah.
I work in a business where it's a pretty open environment. There's lots of space. You know, we try to practice that 6-foot rule.
Right.
Not make any, actual physical contact. We had one member of our staff that got sick, but we don't know that it's confirmed to be the coronavirus. So he did what he should, stayed home. The rest of us came back to work. But now we've got people like delivery drivers and such that don't even want to step foot in the place. Like the virus is just flying around out in the open.
See,
and
that's
it's
the
gonna jump on your back.
That is the problem. That vision is the problem. It's not flying around. I mean, it will fly around for a little while, and then it goes down to the ground. If anything, you keep your shoes isolated. I'm serious. There are so many things you can do. Clean your floors, clean your surfaces, disinfect. You can keep this from happening. I agree with you, Craig. But people believe they're going to breathe it in.
You know what I think it is? I think people buy into these. It's like they're treating us like we're part of the zombie apocalypse.
I know it.
And like we're just being around us because we've been around somebody that may have had it.
My wife thinks I'm crazy because I'm watching right now Contagion, I believe it is. I've been watching all of these disease movies to see how people, and you know what? They're not far off about how people act. That's what scares the hell out of me. They're not far off. Thank you, Craig, for calling. Okay, so we have another few hours to go. We want to hear from businesses. Please spread the word. Get the word out what you're doing. Lori, I haven't forgotten about you. I don't want to run out of time, but she wants to talk about kids on a playground. Now, do I mind a bunch of kids being on a playground? I don't, but I don't know what the medical authorities are thinking with complete isolation of everyone. And they call it social distancing. But the unfortunate thing is people are taking it as isolation, and as that gentleman just said, they're not going out to the stores, and everyone is slowing down. This could be catastrophic if we don't take a realistic view. That's all I'm asking. A realistic view. Not to be foolhardy. And then get to the people at risk. Those are the ones most at risk.
When it comes down, that's awesome. Oh, that'll low.
I'm gonna go get. I think we get you in the picture doc here.
That's all right.
If you want to just move a little closer.
He could. I was just trying to get Tom some room. I don't know.
It's fun. It's fun to have us in there.
I mean, you got your Broncos sweatshirt on there. See?
I'm good.
I can even maybe go a little more. I'll just Is there a website that you see as far as the count rate I mean, in testing, you know, there's a bunch of people complaining about all the basketball players who were able to get tested, but yet regular people weren't.
Well, you go to cdc.gov to find out.
Are they doing the countries too?
Let's see if this cuts down at all on our quality of microphone. But see, here's the problem. Your mic will, oh, I know what to do. We're going to put a muter on this one. So we'll only turn on that mic.
Oh, like at the studio when I'm talking.
This is a muter.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn the muter off. Plug, oh, I got to get a regular cord.
In here, this one? You know, if we had one up here.
I have my cords.
See, the bad thing about having, they're not perfect with him talking. I can put that on, and like me and you could talk into that mic.
Right.
But it may not be perfectly synced. Okay, healthy living, disease and conditions. I mean, I was looking just for numbers that they're constantly updating.
Telling you about life.
I have so much equipment in this house, it would scare you. I could have a whole studio. I set up, I know how to do Cat 5, my own terminations. I put that in yesterday. That was an SD plug. I traced the wire with a toner.
Oh, you put in
a Cat 5. Well, there was one there but not connected, and I traced it with a toner, then terminated it on the other end. It was cool. It works perfectly. We would have to pass this mic around.
You know what we could do is we could just put it right out here.
Well, hold on. Let me just plug. I'm trying to get out of your way.
Yeah, no. How about if I put it right here?
Let me just see if it works.
And then me and Doc can just
first here. Let's see if this works. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Hey, Shannon? Shannon? He may not hear me. Shannon? What's that?
Shannon stepped out.
Okay, okay. Damn it. I hope he comes back before we go on, because I have something here I want to try.
He has to come back before we are on.
No, I meant way before. Okay, see, I don't hear my mic. Hold on. Testing 1, 2. I think there's an impedance drop. I don't think testing 1, 2. Yeah, it's not working. See, it shut it down. Watch.
Yeah.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
There's too much of an impedance drop, so we can't do the Y. Never mind. I don't need them. I answered my own question. Never mind. I tried to do a Y connector for the mic, but it's too much of an impedance drop. It won't take it. So I need this double unit, but I'm not going to chance it now. What I'm going to do is no, just to get anyone on so I can have guests in the future.
Well, you know what?
I'm going to do is I'm going to oh, wait a minute.
I can turn this mic on.
Wait a minute. If I put a mic on my computer.
See, right now we're on that mic.
What's that? Yeah, testing 1, 2. We're on what? Why are we on that mic?
Because we're in break.
Oh, okay.
We're always going.
Yeah, listen, guys. I have an idea. After the show, Shannon, do you have time to test this double unit again? The one that did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll ask her. Okay. Shit. Maybe next news break. You know what? It doesn't take long to hook this up.
That mic is live, right?
Let's do it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that next time.
That mic isn't live?
This is not plugged in.
Oh, it's not plugged in. Okay.
Okay, so.
So the only one is Tom's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How much time do I have right now? All right. Let me just run this. So this, I'm going back downstairs. Okay. So I'm going to try to double unit at the top of the next hour.
You want go on? Are you on YouTube? You want to go on YouTube on your computer there, and then you can see some of the comments and.
YouTube, okay.
The Troubleshooter. Do you know anybody who's got it? I don't.
Who's got no?
Okay.
What do you want me to do on YouTube when I search?
You can just go YouTube, troubleshooter.
I'm back. Okay, so Bob Logan, got him.
Any one of these four, Dan?
Sure.
Any one of these?
Live. Then, oh, 6 feet from you, Doc.
It's okay.
And then you make sure your chat's on there. There you go. Just make sure your volume's off. So you'll see that.
It's on mute.
Okay.
Okay.
And you'll see there'll be a 10-second delay of everything.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Who is Lori? Yeah. Let me take her. Just tell Bob that. I'll tell him I'll come right to him. I want. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This is the town hall meeting. This is the show. This is the town hall meeting. All the other shows do great, you know what? But we do this all the time, so it's not new to us to be helping people, to be solving problems, getting people help, trying to promote business, doing all the things we do. By the way, realcbdthatworks.com, 25% off. Just put Martino in the coupon code, realcbdthatworks.com. And CBD does, look it up, does boost your immune system. So does garlic, by the way. I'm not telling you won't get it if you use garlic and all that, but it does. CBD, realcbdthatworks.com. I want to talk to Lori. She was complaining about some kids on a playground, I think. Lori, go ahead. What's happening?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Well, I wasn't really complaining about them, but my point is that if people just the stupidity never ceases to amaze me of some people. You know, they close the schools simply because of social distancing.
Right.
And then I'm looking out the sliding glass door of my house last night in Castle Rock, and there's probably 20 to 25 kids all over the jungle gyms and all over that stuff, and the parents are standing by looking on.
I know it.
And I'm going, do you not get the concept, people? And it blows me away.
Okay.
And then,
so do you think one or two
Steve,
kids? Do you think one or two kids would be fine? What do you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, you would think parents would use their good judgment in saying, you know what, and there were every parking space in the parking lot of the park was packed.
God,
it was
what
full.
are they going to do?
And you would think they'd go.
But I
yeah,
don't.
that's
Listen,
what I'm saying.
But I see, Lori. I think I'm disagreeing with you. I'm saying I don't think there's anything wrong with this for the group that's not at risk. Now I know what you're going to say. They can carry it to the people that are not at risk. That are at risk. No, that not if we don't let them. They won't. I mean, I don't. If I had kids, I don't care if my kids are not going to be symptomatic, and if it's not going to be a threat to me, if we're not at risk. Let my household get it over with. I don't know what I'm not hearing. It's not a dangerous disease for those who are not at risk. That's what I'm hearing. Are they telling us the truth?
Perhaps I'm wrong then. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of counterintuitive.
Maybe you are right. Again, people think that I'm wrong. On YouTube here, we're getting comments saying you're wrong, Tom. This is wrong advice. I am not saying to be foolhardy and to go out and to let's say I'm not telling people to mingle. I'm just saying that I believe the way we should have done this in the beginning is to have people who are at risk distanced. That's
Tom,
it.
they are saying now that children are getting this.
Well, no, I mean, nobody is saying they're not getting it, but are they getting very sick? Are they going to the ICUs? Because from what I've heard, even though people say you can get it more than once, there's more thought saying you can't because it's a very rare thing to get the same virus twice. Isn't that right, Deputy? Very, very, very rare, and that's why we can develop vaccines. But Daff, I don't doubt kids are getting it, but do they say kids are going to ICU? Are kids
I believe under 4, there are some that are having extreme cases.
Okay, I didn't know that. Bob Logan is with Plumline Services. Bob?
Hey, Tom.
What is happening at Plumline? Here's what I want to know. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Have your calls slowed down?
Actually, Tom, quite the opposite. Our calls have actually picked up, and we're busier than ever.
Oh, that is
and
that. Well, that's good news. That's good news for your people.
Yeah.
What are they calling about?
It is good.
What are they calling about?
Pretty much everything that they normally would be. And what kind of surprised me, I figured our standard maintenance and tune-ups and just plumbing checks would slow down. People are still wanting us in their home to do those things, and so either they're not buying into all the hysteria, or they trust that we're going to do what we can to protect them.
And what are you doing when you send people into a home?
Well, really, our practices haven't changed much, Tom, because they haven't had to. We've always been very adamant about sterilization and safety, and so our technicians always have shoe covers, gloves, safety glasses. They always carry masks, and when anyone in the home requests that we put a mask on, we'll put one on. They change those out each and every call.
That would be good. That's good. That's excellent. Face masks, shoe coverings, and staying away from people, not shaking hands. And I don't see how you can endanger people doing service. But what I'm surprised to hear is people are having regular maintenance done. That's good. That's good.
It is surprising. Now you mentioned one thing that we have stopped doing, and that's shaking hands. It's we're trying to keep that 6-foot distance and keep from shaking hands and any kind of contact. But aside from that, we've always, again, our sterilization practices throughout the office, in our trucks, in the cabs, we've always been very careful about that kind of stuff because even during normal times, we're in and out of hundreds of homes each and every day. And so whether it's a normal flu or anything else, we want to make sure that between each and every call we're throwing away the gloves and sterilizing and making sure that we do what's necessary.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Bob, I appreciate you pulling over to talk to us. Let's go to George Donaldson, owner of Fix It 24/7. George.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good, man. So what are you guys doing when you get inside the home? First of all, let me ask you about your calls. Are you still being called for normal maintenance items?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are still, yeah. I mean, they're taking advantage of their time home and getting that done is what we found. So, I mean,
good.
We've also sent all of our clients an email about what we're doing. Everybody knows what we're doing. I mean, so the first
what are
thing
you
we're
doing? Let's talk about what you're doing.
So the one thing that we're doing that nobody else could say they're doing is we have a product called Touch Germ Block that I found, and I got the rest of their inventory. You spray it on your hands like sunscreen, and germs can't even attach to your hands. So sanitizer.
And how long does it protect? How long does it protect your hand?
So it says up to 24 hours, but we precaution and make it only 3 hours. So every 3 hours we re-put it on. But we don't just do. So we do that to start, but we're still wearing gloves. Even on top of that, we're still wearing shoe covers, which we always have. Wearing masks. We take it sanitize and Lysol. We have Lysol in every truck. So after every call, no matter what, we're wiping our steering wheels and wiping any surface space within our trucks. So we are going to the extreme caution within our office. They're washing anybody who enters our building. For the call center has to wash right away, and then every hour.
And you're giving away, and you are giving away these cans of block.
Yeah, with our maintenance right now, we're giving them to our clients. So it's called touchgermblock.com. Check it. This product's awesome, but we are actually giving these to our clients right now.
That's wonderful.
So they could have some for their house and anybody else that's coming to their house or for themselves.
Do you have any specials going on right now?
Well, I can since I'm on your show. I mean,
let's talk about you're giving away a can of this, and what are we going to do for a clean and check of a furnace or air conditioning system?
You know, a lot of your clients already know what we do, but I mean, I just want to make sure they understand when we clean this, we actually clean these things, right? We pull the motor, we clean the dirt out of them, we scrub them, dirt is the number one cause of failure on furnaces and air conditioners, and when you pull the dirt out of it, it truly prevents that thing from breaking down, but also adds efficiency to it and keeps it lasting longer. So, we're the one company that actually cleans these things out, and the rest of today, if we can't run the call today, but if they want to schedule one of these calls, we'll do it for $29 and bring them one of these cans of this germ block.
That's wonderful. That's great stuff. Let's do that. And it's 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. George, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now, here's what I want to know. How is this affecting you? Let's be the voice of accuracy. I don't even want to say reason. I want to say the voice of accuracy. I have, honest to goodness, have gathered all of the facts that I feel are pertinent to protecting your household and yourself. I promise you, these are the best of the best pieces of advice. And I'm getting them from a number of sources and consolidating them. I'll go over those, plus talk to Dan and Margaret and anyone else who calls 303-713-TALK right after this.
You're down.
Telling you about wife.
Hey, did you get another headset down there I can plug Doc into?
What's that?
You got a headset down there I can give one to Doc?
Oh, he has to hear. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'm sure I have a headset. What are you kidding me?
If you got the, because I got splitters I can use here.
You need a headset.
Yeah.
Should I come over on the other side of you,
No, you
Dan?
can sit there if we got the cord's long enough.
Okay.
I got plenty of splitters we can do. So what, I don't know, here they said, this guy was saying, did you go back on some of the comments back there?
No.
So the one, Greg said 37% of the people.
Stephanie's pissed that I don't have lights on, I'm sure. Let me see the picture.
Well, I guess good. I don't know.
I'm going to turn on this.
Good.
She wants a little ornaments.
Hey, it's a cave. Tell her it's a cave.
It's a man cave.
There's so many wires here.
I got this. Put on the other side.
Yep, I will. Just let me add that. How's that?
Let's see if it works.
Okay, you're not going to hear Tom talk through there. You hear it, right?
Yeah.
So you won't hear Tom through that. But you'll hear him here.
Anybody want water or anything?
Good right now.
Apparently, it's very low.
What is? Oh,
this one.
Does this help at all? When you turn it up, that's all the way up. It's very low?
Yeah.
So mine's okay. I'm fine with that.
Hold on. If I turn this up, is that better?
Good, yeah.
Okay.
Now, you may have to adjust your level because I turned your monitor up, which would be your input.
That's fine with me.
I'm just going to unplug this for a minute because I'm taking this off since I'm keeping this.
I'll throw it away.
Hey, you know what? I am going to hook this up during the break because I'm convinced it's going to work. I'm looking at the article.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Fuller Law Short, right? We're doing great. Thanks. Fuller Law Short. Gotcha.
If you turn it up just a tad. Yeah.
All right, the chances are people aren't driving as much. Maybe you don't have a car accident. Maybe you do. Here's the other point. If you've had a car accident, you're having complications, you did not settle, you have up to a year to bring a claim, and more in some rare cases. Here's the message. If you need help going through a personal injury from a traffic accident, call John Fuller immediately, 303-597-4500. He can help. He'll evaluate your case free of charge, give you free legal advice, 303-597-4500. His website is personalinjuryco.com. So this is good for you.
Real good, I can hear now.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were a hearing caller, so it's fucking shitty. Okay, so this thing is going to get, I just need to know what these damn things are. So this one I want to look at. This one is
so that the back is the same.
But what is this called though? I'm talking the Scarlet 2. I want to look at the 2i2. I want to look at the 2i2. Yeah, we don't need drivers with a Mac. Where is this damn thing? Okay, good. I can pick the one. Okay,
that's what we should.
It's the what is it? Scarlet.
Scarlet. Yeah. 2i2.
2i2. 2i2. I don't know if it's first or second.
There, let me get the
or
box.
Third. It says third. I got it. 2i2 third.
Yeah.
Where'd you buy it?
Guitar Center.
Huh?
Guitar Center.
Oh, really? Good.
Oh, they have a ton of them.
Okay. I'm downloading that right now. What? I want the hardware, man. Where's the hardware? This is not the... Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, to take complaints. One Clear Choice Doors. They're still coming to homes. Hey, if you have a broken spring, you can't wait. They can do it immediately. One Clear Choice Doors. Also, when would you need them? If you just want to get your garage door tuned up or you want a new opener, you won't find better than OneClearChoiceDoors.com. And they're there right now for immediate service, 720-370-3987. I'm telling people, do not hold back on home services. Do not hold back on retail. Do not hold back. You don't have to hoard. I'm trying to be a voice of reason. If you disagree, call. You can keep 6-foot distances without being creepy, without being reckless. Jeff, what's going on with you, Jeff?
Hello, Tom.
What's
I
happening?
needed your advice, some options. So
yes.
In unincorporated Jefferson County, they're replacing some of our sidewalks due to damage, whatever.
Okay.
Anyhow, they ended up pouring the sidewalk in front of my house now 3 inches higher than my driveway.
Why is that?
And well, they said because of ADA compliance, it had to be at 2%, whatever. So I'm trying to figure out what my options are. They want to cut part of my driveway out and make it flush, but I'm trying to make sure that that's the right thing.
Well, first of all,
done.
they get to choose the elevation of the sidewalk. We've had cases like this in the past where people's stuff has shrunk, or not shrunk, but we've had cases where they changed the elevation because of ADA compliancy. Where they have changed elevation, it's up to you to either put a swale in there or a ramp to it. Not a ramp, but a wedge. And it's up to you to make your driveway compatible. Now, I don't understand, though, why do they care about, why would they take part of your driveway? That's the part I don't understand. What am I not understanding?
Well, they said they're willing to cut a portion of the driveway and re-pour it.
To help? Oh, that's wonderful. They don't have to do that. Are they charging you for that?
Not that I know of.
Because normally when they redo the sidewalks, they assess you anyway. You didn't get an assessment?
No, not on Jeffco, not on Unincorporated. We don't pay for that. This is the second time these.
Here's what I'm saying. Take advantage of
Okay.
whatever they do, because you're not going to win the argument of the elevation of the sidewalk.
Sure. I just thought, well, I wanted to make sure my bases were covered, that I didn't have them do something and go, oh, you didn't know you could have done this type of thing.
Well, they're going to, let me get it straight, they're taking out the bottom part of your driveway, and they're going to report to have a gentle, gradual meeting with the sidewalk.
Well, actually, it'll just come right up flush with it. They're going to take out about 4 feet.
Okay, but what I mean is, but they're resloping the end of your driveway, obviously, to make it meet, right? Or they're just lifting it.
They'll pour it so it raises up that 3 inches.
That's even better. I thought they were going to cheap out, because there's a couple ways of doing it. They could put fill dirt in there and then just do a gradual, almost like your driveway goes down a little and then back up again. It's called a swale.
Right.
I believe that's, yeah.
Right.
But I think, or is a swale the other way around? Whatever it is, I think what they're doing is better. They're actually adding concrete to raise the level of your driveway, and they're cutting it out. They're not even going on top. That's going to last. Listen, you're getting it free. Do it. I like it. Okay. Now, thank you very much. Margaret, what's going on, Margaret? What's happening?
Tom, this is Margaret.
Yes.
I want to ask you something. My daughter was married to a millionaire for 17 years, and she want to put in for Social Security.
Did she remarry? Did she remarry?
Only for 2 years.
It doesn't matter. She lost. I believe she lost. I think you have to be, well, wait a minute, maybe not if she's divorced.
She's 66 years old. She was married for 2 years.
I understand, but she was married 17 to the millionaire, right?
Yes.
How old is he?
He's going to be 65 in August this year.
You can't do anything until he collects.
This is the why she is turned down.
Let me explain this to you. She has to be married for 10 years to get his Social Security.
Yeah.
But she really doesn't get his Social Security. Let me tell you how it works. Once he applies for benefits, she is allowed to get, and once she's eligible for benefits, how old is she?
66.
Okay. Once she's eligible for benefits, she gets either her benefit or half.
Yeah, she gets $300.
Margaret, let me finish a sentence.
Yeah, okay.
When she gets her benefit, this is how they figure it. She either gets her benefit or the equivalent amount of half of his. If he's a very rich guy and he's retiring, he may get, the most he's going to get is $3,000. Okay? And then they're going to subtract, which would mean she would be eligible the most. And I'm not saying he's getting the most. He may not have had a lot of federal wages, FICA wages. You know, a lot of rich people they have a choice of taking salary, and they have to take a reasonable salary, but many of them do the rest in dividends and profits. That does not become part of the Social Security adjustment. So I would doubt.
He worked for, was a vice president for electric.
If he was an employee,
he was mayor of Bellevue, Washington.
Okay, if he gets Social Security, whatever it is, okay, if he's a W-2 employee and made a lot of money, the most he's going to get is around $3,000. It's more like $2,800. So you take that $2,800 divided by 2 is $1,400. The way it works is she would get her $300, and then she would get a supplement to match half of his. But I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not sure if being remarried to someone else negates that.
He's remarried again.
Who's remarried again?
The ex-husband.
That doesn't matter. That's not the part I care about. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to find out from an expert. I want to ask, now I know this is not his game, but he's with Integra, and John knows a lot, or Eric Reinemer at Atlas CPAs and Advisors. Daphne, the question is this. I only have one question. I know she's only going to get half of his Social Security if hers is less. She only gets up to half of his. But did she negate or did she disqualify herself when she was married for that short period of time to someone else? I don't know that answer. I think it goes by whoever you were married to 10 years or longer. And as long as you're unmarried at the time of benefits. If she was married to someone else at the time of full retirement age, she would never get the previous husband's benefit. But I don't know if that 2 years negated it. Can you see that? I'm not sure. Hold on and we'll figure that out, and then we'll let you know. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Dan, you have a story about your wife. And you wanted to give...
Hey, Tom, how are you?
You know, at a time when we're talking about healthcare workers, you have an experience that is unbelievable. And you know what? We should applaud healthcare workers all the way around for how they're responding to this crisis. But what happened to you?
No, amen. And first of all, thanks for all you've done for the community over the years, Tom. Much appreciated, man. No, so I mean, you're exactly right. You know, these nurses and these particular
talk
workers
about your
discussing,
experience.
they're
Talk
angels.
about what happened. You're driving your wife to the hospital because she wasn't feeling good.
No, so we were working out at 24-Hour Fitness. After her workout, she didn't feel good. My wife's in very good condition, works out four days a week, no high cholesterol, no nothing like that. Her blood pressure was a little high recently, but not terribly bad. Anyway, after her workout, she had burning in her chest, and she didn't know if it was indigestion, but within a couple minutes, she felt real bad. And I said, look, we're going to go to the emergency, which is Centennial.
And on your way, she passes out in the car.
On my way, she passes out. I start running lights. Right before we get to Centennial Emergency, she literally is not breathing anymore. So,
oh my God! What did you do?
Yeah,
did you think about maybe stopping the car and doing CPR or continuing? You did. You got there.
I was, man. Honestly, I think I got there in less than a minute.
Okay,
I
so
really do. It's not
that
far away.
Right, from 24-hour to that place on Arapahoe. Okay, once you get there, that's Centennial, right?
Exactly.
Right. Once you get there.
Once I get there, I run in. I don't even turn the car off. I let them know. I think she's having a heart attack.
She's not breathing.
The nurse comes out. She says go in there and tell them it's a 911. So I go in. I tell them that. About 5 nurses run out, and we pull her out of the car. They start doing CPR right on the sidewalk. Man.
Yes.
She had no heartbeat. Nothing happening. No. She was nothing. They were giving her CPR right out there. And
Dan, right about the time 8 minutes goes by, you're thinking, I lost my wife.
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on with that thought. Hold on with that thought. Think about this, folks. You're taking your spouse to the emergency room. She stops breathing. You get there. They work on her. They never stop. But 8 minutes go by, and she's not breathing with no heartbeat. It's time to say goodbye. Man. Yeah, right after this.
You're down.
You must have heard the story. You must have heard the story.
She's fine. 8 minutes without a heartbeat. Wow. Do you know what kept her from getting breathing?
CPR?
Yeah, because it kept the blood going to her. Of course. I didn't know that. It's an artificial heartbeat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what CPR is.
Well, it's also, okay, but isn't it also supposed to get the heart beating again, or not?
Well, no, not necessarily get the heart beating again, but until you use the defibrillator or something else
Okay.
to start the heart.
Okay. Or
But you
a
can
machine.
start it like that too, though.
Occasionally, yeah, if you do a
But it's
a
not a
chest,
shock, though.
you can do a chest thump, but CPR basically keeps the blood circulating while everything else is going on.
But if she has no history of heart disease and is healthy, what would cause a heart attack? Huh? I'm sorry. I gotta plug this phone in. Daphne? Just wanted to know. Okay, we're still there. Good. No, you're perfect. Good. I just wanted to know you're there. Thanks.
You know, if she's on birth control pills, it could be a pulmonary embolism. I mean, that's one of the things.
Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. If that ever happened to me, my wife is not breathing. Oh my God.
Well, I told you it happened to my girlfriend in Las Vegas.
That's right. I remember you
Found in the
did.
bathtub.
Wait. That's right.
right.
You were with her.
I found her.
It was his third girlfriend.
What's worse is, you know, I was going to say what's worse is he was married at the time.
Guys,
Yeah.
wait. Shannon's not hearing you.
He doesn't hear us.
No, I am now.
Hold on. Hello? All right. Yeah. All right, thanks. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Dav. Okay.
Tell her I'm hearing her now because I got headphones.
It's all fluid. BecomeTheBanker.org. You know why I love talking about these guys? Because when everyone is losing a ton of money in the stock market, people who invested in this are not losing a dime. Oh, people were saying you're only guaranteed 4% plus 1% dividend. That's not great. But guess what? Their money's growing tax-free. Yeah, you can overfund it as much as you want or as little as you want and use the money when you want in loans and never pay tax on it. Now who's laughing? BecomeTheBanker.org. Find out more. Well, that's a good spot. Shannon, send me that spot. I love it. Thanks. Okay, I gotta charge this. I'm so organized, it scares me.
I'll get mine just in case.
Do you need anything?
Not right now.
Yeah, but I gotta plug it in if you need it. You know, I've been in radio for like 40
long time.
almost 45 years. Well, 45 years, right? So listen to this. 46. Here's the deal. When I started out, the equipment to do what I'm doing now was about 15 grand. To do this remote, 15 grand. Oh, minimum.
Could you even do it remote in those days?
Well, that's the other thing. In addition to the equipment, you had to drop a line.
Right.
Where you were going to be. So when we had a convention coming up or something, we had to drop a line. And then that was maybe $500. I mean, back then, that's what it was. It was so hard to do. And then do you want anything?
No, good. Yeah, thanks. Is there a plug on that side?
Yeah. I'm going to do this during the break, guys.
Okay.
I'm reading about it to see what I did wrong. But
So the only light on this one that you have is this monitor.
I'm sorry, what?
So the 48 volt, the air.
You don't need,
nothing.
I know what that means though. 48 volts is when you have a mic that needs power. It's called phantom power.
Okay. So you have too much.
Is this third gen studio or third gen? It's third generation, just third generation. There we go. No, I don't need fucking Chinese, yeah. That's what I need, Chinese. They don't have this. They're showing me. I'm not seeing the hardware. They're not showing us hardware. They're showing me some fucking software I don't need. I mean, I'm looking for the stupid.
Isn't there any instructions in there?
My hardware. I'm trying to show my hardware, and I'm trying to get a user's guide. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. Let's go to the phones. And I'll tell you, what's great is business is still going on as usual. Please remember that. Everyone on the referral list up and going strong. If you need help, let them know. Simply Floors, Inc., they saw a slowdown in the way they do business. They send one person. That person brings all the samples to you. You don't have to go out, and you don't have to be close to them to see what you need. SimplyFloorsInc.com. You make your own appointment. You will get extraordinary deals. Extraordinary. All right, SimplyFloorsInc.com. Let's keep going here and talk about your problems, questions, and complaints. All right, now, Dan, he's working out with his wife at Centennial. She doesn't feel good. And then she goes, I really don't feel good. He's driving her to the emergency room. Dan, did she have chest pain?
She had burning.
Burning,
and then
like
it
indigestion.
just progressively got very bad, very bad.
Like indigestion
and then,
almost.
Yes.
And then what happens is she then figures out, you figure out something's really wrong because you look over and she's not breathing. You get to the place, Centennial, what was it called? Centennial what?
Centennial Emergency. Yeah,
Okay.
right on Arapahoe Road.
And it's near, okay, it's right on Arapahoe before you get to Jordan, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, on the south side, you go in there. They say it's a 911. They respond. They keep CPR going. Right at around 8 minutes, Dan, were you thinking, I lost my wife?
I did, and I was looking at the doctor. The nurses were relentless, Tom. They wouldn't stop the CPR. From the sidewalk inside, I mean, they were relentless. They just didn't stop, and it was amazing, man. And I'm looking at the screen because they brought her inside. I'm looking at the screen; it's flatlining. I looked at the doctor, and I could see him shaking his head, and I'm thinking, "Oh man, this is not good." And they shocked her, and this was about just under 8 minutes in, and the heart started beating. And it was amazing. Immediately, right when that happened, a nurse ran out, grabbed my arm, and she said, "You come here. We got the heart going. You start talking to your wife. Tell her, hang in there, and God is good, and you're going to be fine." And and she grabbed me to come do that immediately, which was amazing.
That is amazing.
And
Then what?
Yeah. Then I started talking to my wife, and she had her eyes open. The nurses were saying we're preparing Flight for Life to go to Aurora Medical Center. So they flew the helicopter in. In the meantime, after that, I walked out of the room. The doctor comes to me, and I go to give him a hug, and he says, "Don't hug." He said, "Don't hug me." He said, "Your wife is dead for almost 8 minutes. Those nurses saved her life." And it was, man, I had to give a shout out to the nurses and all the nurses, all nurses. Nurses at Centennial, but all nurses.
It was the CPR they kept up that kept her alive.
Absolutely. And later on at Aurora, the doctor said, "You know what? It was a widowmaker heart attack, they called it. It's the left anterior descending artery." And he said, "Man, less than 1% survive. And if they do," he said, "they're normally on life support." He said, "This is a miracle." He said, "I'm going to tell you one thing." He said, "The nurses at Centennial, because they kept that CPR going and they did it properly, they kept oxygen to the brain, and that's why she has complete brain function, everything. They sent her back home within like 2 or 3 days, and she's just her only symptoms right now is she's weak. But we've been back to Centennial.
Does she have heart disease in her family?
You know what? She was my wife is adopted, man. So
Oh.
We don't know. And the doctors,
man.
because all they can think of is it is probably genetics. Because really, the only other symptom she had was her blood pressure. Maybe over the last year was kind of high. But other than that, they weren't tracing anything. They were kind of keeping it under control with medication. So, it was, man,
it's
it's
crazy,
incredible.
and thank God for this, and thank them, and a shout goes out. We appreciate it. All right, now, Greg, what's going on? Thank you, Dan. Greg, what's going on with you, Greg?
Hey Tom, how you doing?
Good. What's happening?
I work for Z-Trip here in Colorado Springs. We're formerly Yellow Cab. We're pretty much Yellow Cab rebranded.
What's the problem?
And it's not a problem, Tom. It's just that you driving this cab. We went from $250 to $300 days. I mean, we're down here, man, just trying to survive right now. And
what do you need? What can we do to help, man?
Also.
What can we do to help?
Well, I'm just trying to let you know, get the word out there that we do vouchers. DHS can't do DHS right now because the kids are not in school, but we do Medicaid vouchers. And so anybody that's out there that's elderly that needs grocery shopping,
all right, that's
we're willing to go grocery shopping for them.
Good.
And take the groceries to their home.
Greg, that's good. Now, didn't you take a hit anyway because of Uber and Lyft?
Not really. Not really. Those yeah, Uber and Lyft, they seem to have hidden fees that they run up on people. I've heard it from a number of people. We are the best low-priced, we're the best-priced short-distance taxi that anybody can take.
All right, so it's in Colorado
What kind of
Springs.
hidden fees could there be?
First of all, I don't believe that, but here's what I want to say first, Mark, and that is if you can use the taxi company, fine. If you can use Uber and Lyft, fine. But this taxi company in Colorado Springs, this guy thought enough to call to say he'd go grocery shopping, he'd pick up medications, he'll do whatever you need. And what's the name of the company again, Greg?
It's Z-Trip.
And it's down in Colorado Springs?
Z-Trip. Right. And they can go on ztrip.com.
Okay.
They can download the app,
All
and
right.
they can put their credit card on the app. They don't have to give us any credit card information. They could do everything through the app.
Just like with Uber and Lyft. Again, now let me say something, Mark, about that. He was talking about hidden fees. There are no hidden fees, are there?
No, everything is right there on
I
the
know.
app.
I don't think so. I didn't. But listen, this guy's in competition with him. All I know is this: the guy.
It seems to me.
Yeah.
It seems to me that this is a lot of Uber drivers and Lyft aren't going to like this, but I would think cabs are cleaner, and because they have to report to a boss or go to the old show Taxi, they all go to a
I'll
depot.
tell you what, I've been in some pretty damn dirty Ubers and Lyfts. I'll tell you that.
Me too.
Now, is Eric still there? Eric Reinemer from Atlas CPAs?
He is not. I'm sorry.
Doggone it. I wanted to go right to him. I'll go right to him.
No, I have not gotten a hold of him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw it on there. Let's try to get a hold of anyone who knows about Social Security. Margaret wants. I believe, Margaret, that no matter what you called about. First, let me bring you back. What you called about, I'll answer. Okay, if she is eligible for his Social Security, she will get equivalent to 1/2 of it. Okay? 303-713-TALK. That means if hers is 500 and his is 1,000, they will supplement hers 500. Right, Dano? That's the way it works. Now, she has to be married for at least 10 years to be eligible. If she is married at the time, she can't get her previous husband's if she's remarried. If she remarried temporarily, it's whoever she was married to for the 10-year period that counts as far as we can see. It doesn't cancel you out. More coming right up. Now,
You're down.
May I ask this? Who screwed up the fucking call screener again? God damn it. Just leave it alone. I don't know. I didn't give anybody privileges except you people and Mark. I don't think Mark's doing it. Just fucking leave it alone. I'm going to lock it down when I get a goddamn chance. But fuck, I'm tired of people erasing shit.
Tom,
That Eric Reinemer thing, I had that up there, and that was not supposed to go up.
Just leave it the fuck alone.
I had a text into him, but he has not answered. And I left 2
Wow.
messages, so.
It's snowing pretty good out.
Darn it. Yeah, of course. I forgot I can tone you guys to put people on hold. I've been saying thank you. That's the cue. Okay, good. DenverTrialLawyers.com. Call them now if you have an injury and don't know what to do with it. And I'm talking about those injuries who you don't know who to call. Denver Trial Lawyers for catastrophic injuries. That is their wheelhouse. In fact, they'll let you know if they can't take your case, but at least you'll get accurate information up front and not an exaggeration. They've gotten $70 million in birth injuries, $22 million in medical malpractice suits, $5 million for sexual assault. That was just recently. They get all kinds of judgments and settlements and jury verdicts. DenverTrialLawyers.com, 303-571-5302. Very hot. Okay. Somebody keeps erasing our shit on there.
Hey, don't they say when you do CPR correctly, you're going to break a rib?
No, just before to break the rib.
Just before breaking. I tell my kids, don't get your fingerprints. Now they're not here, so it's me. Shit.
When you're downstairs, we're jumping in there grabbing some stuff.
It's me. I've been yelling at my kids. I'm a clean freak.
Tom?
Yes. Yeah.
That was me that accidentally put Eric up there. He shouldn't have gone up. I usually answer, but he's not answering me, so.
Okay. No problem.
Okay, next break, you want to try this then?
Yeah. During the news. Anybody need anything?
You see anything on YouTube you don't like?
Want Cocoa Krispies?
Okay.
I got Trix Cocoa Krispies.
I didn't know people ate cereal anymore.
Then you don't know my kids. No, they don't. They eat it sometimes. What's this? Oh, cool. Look, I like that. That's some cool stuff.
Oh, what's that? Your stopwatch?
I didn't know I could do that.
Oh, yeah. You can do it digitally.
So this is fun. What I can do is have something catered. And we'll have fun.
What do you way to fix it?
I'll have bagels or something.
20 to fix it. Maybe we can start drinking.
No.
Doc's a drinker.
I've been drunk since I had my liver cancer.
Oh, really? That's right. That's right. Sorry.
Fix It 24/7 will come to your home and do a complete clean and check of your furnace or air conditioner for just $39, and you get a can of this antimicrobial that'll guard your hands and for up to 6 hours. They're doing that just to throw it in. They wear shoe coverings, they keep a distance, they are safe, and more importantly, they'll get to the problem, give you a price up front, and give you a 100% guarantee for anything with plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Remember that $35 is for an extensive adjustment and cleaning of your system. Get it ready for air conditioning right now by doing this $39 clean and check. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939.
Well, you know, I got a call yesterday. Oh, were you on the air?
Yeah.
I got a call yesterday while we were on the air from Corey Gardner's office saying they were having a teleconference on the coronavirus and did I want to listen in. which I thought was really interesting.
Because you're a doctor.
No, for everybody. I think they were doing it for the general public. So I think he was trying to tell people what's going on in a, in a realistic way.
Yeah, this is definitely different.
Suze, what's going on?
Tom, real quick, on that Empire 4 one, I emailed you.
Yeah.
He sent us a statement, but also in that email is an attachment he has to sign, and it references not talking on our show. So the guy is holding. I wonder if we can read what they sent us, but maybe he can't talk. I just didn't want to get the guy in trouble.
All right, I got to go back. Here's what I'll do. We'll just talk about the situation. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Let's talk about your problems, questions, and complaints, and then I'm going to have some tips in addition to the ones you just heard. Great tips about hand sanitizer, especially let it air dry. Do not, first of all, rub it all the way in, and do not wipe it off. Just let it air dry. Donnie. What's happening?
How you doing?
You called yesterday. You had a problem. Your wife is in the Dominican Republic. They're closing down everything. She can't get home. What's the situation?
So they canceled many flights because the flights were super small.
Yeah.
And then they put everybody on one plane. So about an hour ago, she texted me. They were in the process of boarding, so at least she's heading back stateside right now.
Where will she land?
And Cleveland, Ohio, and then she's just concerned with the weather that she might make it home tomorrow or sometime in the near future, but at least she's back home stateside at least.
Thank you. Okay, we appreciate it. We appreciate it, Donnie. And now, James, I want to talk to you without using a company name. And the reason I don't want to use a company name is I don't want to screw up your settlement. And here's the bottom line. Many times when we go to war for someone and we fight for someone, they get what they want. But the company wants you to sign a non-disclosure so you don't talk about it. So
Tiny house, tiny house, tiny house.
Tiny house was one of them. They sucked, man. But no. The one about the tiny house was the consumer, Mark. We got him all his money back. And the consumer,
every nickel.
And the consumer chose not to cooperate with us. All we wanted was an update. So here's what I'm going to do. I figure, it's no one's fault. If they want all their money back and they don't want to alienate people, I don't mind that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say that you called about a problem. What was the problem without mentioning the company? What was the problem?
I had a flooring problem.
And I disagree. I think I disagreed with you on it, didn't I?
You did.
What was your contention?
My pet was scratching up the floor.
And here's what I said. And by the way, I apologize for the technical problems we were having that day. But I said, you said you made it clear that you had a pet and they should have known better. And I said, that's bullcrap. There are no guarantees, and unless it's part of the contract. But we have good news, and James proved me wrong because he got them to turn around on that opinion. We're going to go to him right after the break. If you can hang on, James. I'll admit, when I gave you, well, I don't know if I was wrong. I think they went the extra mile. We'll talk about it.
Very nice. You're down.
Okay, we're going to switch units, and we're going to try it again. Okay, ready? I'm signing off. Okay, ready? Don't care about that right now, because all we care about is get connected. I'm going to go to 1, like you said. That's all I care. I'm not saying you can't do it. I just want to get connected.
So your 48 volt is on now. Should we shut that off?
Yeah, absolutely turn it off. Hold on, I got to go to the preferences on sound, and I got to pick this, even though we picked it before. It's a new one. Okay, now I'm going to go to the app, and I'm going to pick it here. I'm going to pick this preferences, make sure all the preferences are the same. Okay, good. Then I'm going to go to this. I'll hit OK. Then I want to go to this input and output here and make sure this is named there and there. OK. Then we're going to connect. That's not even fucking connecting. It won't even connect. Okay, there we are. Now, can you hear me?
That works.
Loud and clear. What the hell is going on? Let me try the other mic. Hold on. Where's the other mic, bro? There it is, man. Just.
You can do the splitter, right?
Okay, talk.
Hello. Can you hear me? Does it go up there?
It won't.
Oh, wait there. Oh, no, that's your mic that's doing it.
Go ahead.
Hello?
No,
1, 2,
it's not. You're not. It's not picking up two, only one. It won't pick up this. Wait, there's something wrong here. Hold on. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that. Let me just see. Yeah.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
I don't know why that mic's not
picking
hold
up.
on. The number 2 is not working.
Right.
No matter what. No matter what. No matter what. Hold on. So it's really, it's this unit. It's the unit. Because number 2 didn't work before. Here, let me show you. Let me show you.
That's right. You're right.
Watch. Can you hear me?
Oh,
yeah.
Working.
Hold on. Okay, it is working, right?
So
Shannon,
maybe it's this mic.
can you hear this, Shannon? Can you hear me, Shannon? He can't hear me. Daphne. Okay, you don't have me on the unit here, right? Right? Okay, now you do have me, right? Okay, it's defective.
Okay, let's try this here. This thing
Bro,
here.
it's defective. This mic is working here and not here.
Oh,
yeah.
But the green was going, but they couldn't hear you.
No, they can't hear shit. It's defective. I'm disconnecting. I don't know, bro. It's just not working.
Overall, ABC's Ryan Burrow, Zachary Keach, ABC News. There's nothing like meeting face to face, and there's nothing like Zoom to
It's just not. We got to bring it back. It's just not working.
Across town or around the world.
I mean, I'm not even sure.
Your communication needs into one.
I mean, we need to figure it out. We need to get another one.
Tom, do you have me back? Group chat, webinars,
Wait.
and your conference rooms. We're hearing us back.
Wait.
Phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at zoom.com.
I gotta get rid of this.
With Zoom.
It's bad news. Bad news. We did this. We did a hot switch. We shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have done a hot switch like that. Okay. Shit. Fuck. I gotta get this picked out. You know what, Dano? That thing, absolutely, that input's not working because that's the one I was on first time, the second one, and I switched it and it would not work. So that tells you something. Something's going on there.
But it was lighting up there.
It was lighting it up, but they were not getting it. They're absolutely not getting it. Now, if we have more time after the show, we can mess with it. I know, it was lighting up. They're just not getting throughput on it.
Right.
They're just not getting throughput, and I don't know.
And this is just the volume on it. That was fine.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Thanks. Okay. That other unit's definitely defective. Input number 2. I don't understand it, Dan. I just...
Where's the bag? That's the receipt and stuff.
Hey, Dan? Yep. If you turn that up a tick, will that affect comms? Just turn up that volume just a tick. Right there.
How's that?
Okay, I just have to, I think what, I'm just,
If this user guide, there's no.
Not good,
this,
huh?
They show me, they don't show you they show you this. They do not show you the hardware at all. There's no hardware, there's no, Jesus Christ, why don't they show you the hardware for this thing? Why am I not hearing them? Are we disconnected? Yeah, we are. We're back. We're back. I don't know why we were disconnected. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Oh, Jesus. Hi, Tom Martino. You are a troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, to take complaints, to make your life a little easier. What is happening? Let's talk. So, realcbdthatworks.com. 25% off during these times. It's an immunobooster. I'm not saying it's going to prevent the virus. I'm telling you it'll make you healthier. And it also prevents inflammation. It's anti-inflammatory. It helps with aches and pains. It also helps with your mood. That's realcbdthatworks.com. Put Martino in the coupon code and get 25% off. Another thing that helps with immuno-boosting is garlic. Read about it all over, garlic. So I take, and so does vitamin C, okay? Now, obviously, the efficacy of the vitamin C counts. You're going to pee a lot of it away, but I overboost myself on vitamin C and garlic and CBD. Now, I take 4 chewables a day, 75 milligrams each. I take garlic, kyolic, the high-density garlic. I take 4 in the morning, 4 at night. I take 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C morning, noon, and night. That's way more than I need, but I let my body decide what it needs. And that is what I'm doing. Also, people, please keep your shoes off in the house. Do you understand if you clean your floors and never allow people back in with shoes, do you realize that alone will keep those surfaces clean? Because you can't transfer it. There are so many germs on the floors of places because when people cough, it goes to the floor. If it lives a few hours and you walk on it, now you have it on your shoe and you bring it home and you bring it to your floors. You have kids crawling around, you have pets, just keep your shoes off. That alone keeps your house doing so well. And by God, call house cleaners. Don't shrivel up and die. We need to use commerce right now. So clean your house, then shed shoes. The other thing is sterilize surfaces and your hands. Keep your hands away from your face. And then use a nasal rinse to keep your nasal passages clean. Use mouthwash to keep your mouth clean. And eye drops to keep your eyes irrigated. And I have a little kit I carry to do all of that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. James was giving us an update on a problem. He had some floors. He said he made it clear to the guy he had dogs or a dog. And I've said this before. Consumers always preface sometimes, not sometimes, always, that's stupid. They preface many times contracts, and they say, I made it clear. I call it the I made it clear clause. I made it clear that I had a dog. I made it clear that this car was going to be used for a college commute. I made it clear I was going on a long trip. And by saying I made it clear, they somehow believe the contract extends to that. And it doesn't. So he made it clear he had a dog. He has some hardwood floors or engineered floors. The dog scratched it. And I said to him, screw it, James. They're not guaranteed against dogs scratching them. But you complained, and what did they say? They said they felt the guy sold you the wrong product. Is that right?
Yes. Right. And
I
they
am
had a better
amazed at
product.
that, James. I am amazed at that.
And they had something better that would hold up.
And they agreed to exchange it free. Is that right?
I would pay the upgrade. I agreed to pay the upgrade.
How much is the upgrade?
And $500.
God, that's still a good deal. I was going to say maybe the upgrade would technically pay for the whole thing, and they look like good guys. But no, just for $500, you're going to get the upgraded product.
Mm-hmm. $500.
And they can't even reuse the old stuff, can they?
I would say not.
Well, I don't know why they would want you to sign a confidentiality clause. Do you know why? I think it makes them look good.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to let you get your settlement. I'm not going to mention the name. And James, thanks for letting us know, bro. I would say the I made it clear clause. Please don't be fooled into thinking that you can now use the I made it clear clause outside of a contract. Am I right? Do people say I made it clear? I made it clear I was going on a road trip. Therefore, it broke down in Florida. I can't get a home. They owe me hotels. They owe me transportation. They owe me this. They owe me that because you made it clear. No such thing. Put it in writing. That's right. Put it in writing. Get it in the contract. Let's talk to Sean. Sean.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
Good. One guy called and talked about being a taxi and saying that Lyft and Uber have hidden fees. I don't think they have hidden fees. That's BS. However, I did say a lot of the Lyft and Uber cars are dirty.
Yes, you did.
What do you have to say?
I mean, well, I have driven for Lyft, and I must say that they're not all dirty. And if they're that dirty, turn them down and choose a different one.
Are you allowed? Wait, if a guy comes and I say I don't want you because it's dirty, I don't get charged?
I think you could definitely make that happen.
I don't know about that, but I think I would be charged that minimum charge.
I think that ultimately it was a broad comment that Lyft and Uber cars are dirty. Because my vehicle looks like brand new when you get into it. And prior to the whole coronavirus
thing, I totally agree with you. I didn't mean to sound like all of them are dirty. I said some of them are pretty damn dirty, and I stand by that. Some of them are pretty dirty.
Prior to the coronavirus, I would wipe down anywhere where a customer was.
Good.
So germs weren't spread.
Good, man. That's great.
But I'm just letting you know. That's all.
Okay, I appreciate it, and by no means did I say all Lyft or Uber drivers, but good. Thank you. All right, so let's get some other calls up here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And we can check the comments and mailbags. What are they saying? Anything I'm doing wrong again? Here's all I said was, social distancing does not mean isolation. You can have service people into your home. You can have kids playing. You can go to retail stores. You don't congregate. Big deal. I think it's overkill to think it's isolation, and it's going to bring many, many, many people to financial ruin. Now, people say, well, the reward will outweigh the risk. Not always, not always. And we've had risks like this before. In fact, if we're all honest with ourselves, we all try to justify why we're doing what we're doing. But if the truth be known, there is no justification when you compare it to the other viruses. There is no justification. I'm sorry, there is no justification. They say they're afraid of taxing the healthcare system. Then you should isolate, not social distance, isolate those at risk. I would voluntarily go into quarantine with other 65 and older people if the government said so. Why not? That would be the smart thing to do.
I think on the taxing, though, Tom, they're talking about, like in New York City, they're talking about the amount of hospital beds. I mean, that could be a real number.
Well, but what I'm saying, Mark, is if the older pop is the one, is the segment that's going to do it, if you isolate them, who cares if younger people get it? They stay at home and they get it, and then they're over it.
But they're not doing that. That's not what they're doing. So I don't know what the relevance of that is. They're telling everybody to stay home.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's overkill. That's all. I'm just saying it's overkill. I think you could accomplish the same thing, keeping a strain off the healthcare system by simply isolating older adults instead of distancing everyone. I don't know the logic behind it. Here's what happens.
What do you think?
It's the same.
What do you think about the kids in Florida that are out there partying like it's summertime?
Okay, who cares? Tell me this. If
all their grandparents would be number one.
Mark,
who cares? Because if they're out there doing that,
that's right. Exactly, Mark. So what did I just say? Isolate those 65 and older so those kids go out and have a good time and stay away from people at risk. That's it. People 65 and older and people with compromised immune systems. Isolate those people. Don't social distance them. Isolate them. But let everyone else go about their business. Let them use common sense. Then you would have a thriving economy. You would have the older people shut away, so we're not putting an undue strain on the healthcare system. Those at risk would be away. And you know why they won't do it? Because it's going to be perceived as discrimination. That's the only reason. This is all political. It has nothing to do with real life because you could do the same thing.
Where do you think all these spring breakers, these freshmen in college, these college students that are out there partying, where do you think they live? All the colleges are closed. They live with their parents that are older, and they live with their grandparents.
That's right.
I don't know how they do that stuff.
So Mark, what you're saying is isolate everyone, social distance everyone, instead of just a segment. I would say that if I had kids living with me and I was at risk, then my kids would have to either be with me or I go somewhere else. I'm saying it's easier that way than the entire population. Look what they're doing in San Francisco. They are crippling the entire society. That's all I'm saying. I agree with you 100% that people at risk should not be around others who are not at risk. That's right. We should be separated, but not the entire population just because a few may put a strain on the system. There is not a teenager that will put a strain on the system unless they have an immunodeficiency, and then they should be isolated as well. Get to the heart of the problem. That's all I'm saying. Get to the heart of the problem. I agree we should use common sense measures, but we're applying a broad brush to the entire population when it is not needed. We didn't even do that with the swine flu. And with all of those cases, we never once taxed the medical system. I don't know why people think I'm being nuts. Wait, hold on. How many people? 84 million. 84 million got the swine flu. 84 million, and over 100,000 died in 2 years. We have more coming right up.
It's Ross Kaminsky.
Clear, Tom. You got Ideal Homes and 10.
Okay. What you're doing, is so sensible.
What's that?
It's so sensible. What you're saying.
I'm saying isolate the bastards.
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. Let me tell you why I like Ideal. First of all, if you do shopping, most of you don't, you just hear a commercial, make a call. I'm telling you to do shopping. You'll find Ideal will quote you a cheaper rate almost every time. Why? Because of the direct mortgage lenders. And I don't care what you say, unless you're a direct mortgage lender, you're going to be more expensive. Just prove it to yourself, maybe an eighth of a point or more. Then you have in-house underwriting, so it's quicker. If you get a pre-approval, you can close on your house in 3 weeks or less like a cash deal. Ideal Home Loans, plus the interest rate guarantee, they refinance you free of charge. If interest rates go down, who else is doing that? IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000.
Here's the Hill reports that between 15
I'm sorry, what?
Between 15 and 20% of the people under 44, or between 15 and 20% are going to the hospital who get it. That's what this says.
Wait. Say that again.
Between 15 to 20% of the people under 44 who have coronavirus are being hospitalized
because of compromise. It's not, a normal, healthy American will not end up in the hospital with it.
Well, that's all they say. They don't bring anything.
No, because people have diabetes, people are overweight,
and
people
they don't bring that up. They just don't say that. But I wish that is more that they need to bring in there.
No one with a normal, healthy body will end up in the hospital. No one will. It's only those who are compromised. So isolate those who are compromised.
And I agree with that, but those statistics aren't here anyway. Would you see those, Doc?
I'm looking at the stats right now.
I wish they'd put them in stats like smokers, diabetes, some type of immune disease.
See that one paragraph real quick.
In the first U.S. citizens, COVID-19 center. Okay, but those 38% between that had to have been compromised.
Well, I'm going
Everyone says that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not making that one up.
I know what the stock market's doing right now.
Dow's up 350.
Oh, it is?
No.
What is the Dow's up?
Yeah, 350. NASDAQ's way up, almost 4%. So is the Russell.
Well, I hate to go against what Tom says.
What?
But if you really believe that garlic, nobody in Italy would die.
Oh, I know.
No, just watch
I
the
said
news.
the same thing. I said the same thing. Why the hell are they all dying?
They've had more deaths than
I said,
China.
I know it. I just don't understand it.
God, it's snowing. Damn. They didn't predict this much snow.
So can you believe that Tom Brady's going to the Bucks?
I know.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We are here to help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints and make your life just a little easier. All you have to do is call us. This is the clearinghouse for accurate information. We're not hyping it. And here's the deal. All right. I looked up stats, or these guys looked up stats. They don't have mics, but they're getting them to me. And here's what I said. 65 and older are the ones that mostly use the healthcare system when they get this. That is correct. There is a percentage of people from what age to what age? From 20 to 44 that have to be hospitalized. But those people are people with compromised immune systems. So when I say isolate, and I mean not social distance, isolate, I would voluntarily, 66, I'm 66, I'd stay home. Have the people 66 and older separated, and those with compromised immune systems. So if you're at home and you have kids going out to play, don't let them go out to play in that situation. But if we did it that way, the country would be way more normalized than isolating and distancing everyone. Just why? I'm not saying to be foolhardy. We will not have a run on the healthcare system if we take 65 and older and keep them away, and those younger with compromised immune systems. That would still constitute a very small population compared to what's happening now. I don't understand.
Where do the younger people go?
What's that?
Where do the younger people go then?
It's not where the younger people go, Mark.
Okay, well, you're not a great example, but where do the older people go then?
Okay, here's what I'm saying. I know exactly what Mark is saying. He is saying, Tom, some of those kids playing, some of those kids on the beach have older parents. You're right. Or have grandparents. First of all, they have grandparents living with them. Then those kids don't go out to play. That's what I'm saying, Mark. I'm saying use common sense. So if you're in a household...
These kids don't use common sense, so Tom,
Mark,
that's the problem. Look at these morons on the beach.
It is better than martial law. For God's sakes, all I'm saying is this.
I don't know. Italy's looking like they should have gone that way.
Have older people isolated, and those with immune-compromised systems isolated. And if you can't isolate and you have children in the home, then those children have to socially distance. Okay, so you have socially distanced people who have older Americans that they're near or compromised immune systems that they're near. Everyone else can go about their business. Like you and your kids could go about your business, period. You would be not affected at all. In my household, I could not have my children with me for my visiting, or we keep them home, or keep them socially distanced. It's logical. That's the way that you keep this from spreading and from putting a pressure on the healthcare system. We cannot go on this way for a long period of time without doing irreparable harm to our economy and to our way of life. We just can't do it. And it's foolhardy to think we can. We have to be logical. We all understand what I just said. If you have an immune system that's compromised, or 65 or older, isolation to the extent possible. If you have younger people in your life, they have to socially distance or be separated. And there are plenty of grandparents that live alone. Okay, so the only ones to go visit them are people who socially distance. And otherwise, they can get stuff delivered and all that other stuff. But to put the entire country on lockdown is crazy. Anyway, Will, what's happening?
So I've got a client who owns a large restaurant, and I was just talking to them, and they've got a type of insurance called business interruption insurance.
Mark,
which
you've had that before.
Which they thought they would be covered for this, and State Farm sent them a letter 2 weeks ago to get ahead of it, stating that the coronavirus is not a natural disaster, and your insurance will not cover you shutting down.
First of all, it is defined in the policy And they're right. It is not a natural disaster. But here's the other part, Will. It's not a business interruption. Oh, wait. A restaurant. I'm sorry, a restaurant was closed.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay, hold on. That's where they're going about it the wrong way. Let's get Crounce on. Let's get our bad faith attorney on. Here's why. What you're saying makes sense to me, because it should be honored, because it's not the virus outbreak. They're going about it the wrong way.
No,
it's
there's
the
going to
shutdown.
be a paragraph. There's going to be a paragraph in that policy, Tom, that says something, if it was a mandatory government shutdown, there's no coverage. They're talking if you have an earthquake and your building is gone, or if you have a hailstorm, or, all these kind of things.
I just think that's lame.
Well, hold on, though, Will. I think it's
State
lame.
Farm.
I think it's lame, but if it's part of if what Mark's saying is true, if it is part of the actual exclusions, well, it's excluded, Will. I mean, if it is, but I
can guarantee terrorism. A terrorist attack would be excluded as well. Like if a guy went in there with a vest that blows up,
that I know
probably
for sure.
Be excluded.
That I know for sure. But you know what?
Well, she asked the adjuster if she just drove a car through the front door and it took out the restaurant, would it be covered? And he said yes.
Well, hold on. But that's a casualty loss. Let's talk to.
And no, that's not correct. If he drove his own car through there, of course they wouldn't pay out.
Well, I'm not talking about his own car. I'm talking about.
You know what I mean, though.
Listen, Will, exclusions. What do you think exclusions mean in a contract?
Well, it's obviously excluded.
If it is, I'm not saying it is. I'm not sure a government shutdown. I know a terrorist attack. I know there are certain things. Riots and civil disturbance are not covered. I know that because Mark and I are doing an insurance app, and I know some of these things aren't normally covered. However, I've never seen anything, Mark, that talks about a government shutdown, an order. Maybe there is. I haven't seen it. That's why, again, Daff, if you're listening, I know you are, I want to try to get London Crounce on. Crounce. I'm slaughtering his name. London is a bad faith attorney. That sounds bad. He's not a bad faith. He's an attorney who takes bad faith cases. Oh, my God.
Compass would know the
break.
They would know that, too. Well, let's get Compass on, too. But I'm talking about the bad faith part of it. I'm talking about if it's ambiguous, can we go after them? So I want both of them on. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino with more coming right up.
This is
Clear.
That's a great question because the government is forcing him to shut down.
That's how it's written in the contract. That's the big thing.
Is he going to be on the air? He wants to talk. Is he on? What's his name? Is it up there? Shane. Yeah, I got him. Thank you. And when are we going to do that? Okay. Okay, gotcha. All right, I want to talk to Shane Karen, one of the owners of ZeroResDenver.com. Carpet cleaners. Now, you've heard me say you should have your house cleaned, your carpets and your floor coverings, and your floors, and then shed shoes at the door always, not just because of this, always. It's healthier for your kids, it's healthier for your pets, it's healthier for you. Having a clean house, especially clean floors and carpets, carpet is your biggest air filter, will be better. Shane wants to make it clear that he's not trying to profit on fear, but they're still in business offering their service and they take it seriously. Shane, talk to me. Right. Wow. Okay. What is this? Tell me about this protectant again. What is it? No, of course not. Of course, but let's put it this way: all cleaning and all barriers are better than nothing. And I just want to know this. Here's the deal: are you raising your prices during this time? I'm just going to ask you straight up. Sure, sure, yeah. All right. All right. Okay. Thank you. ZeroResDenver.com. ZeroResDenver.com. 303-471-5150. 303-471-5150.
Stevenson
Now,
Chevrolet
if you can send me that, I'm going to cut it up and use it for his spots. Thanks. Oh, man. Okay. Dano, I still think we're doing something wrong. But I can't get a goddamn catalog. I still think we're doing something wrong. It makes no sense to me. But just so you know, Dan, I did plug my mic that was working in two. And remember, two never worked. It never worked. The first time it wouldn't work. Remember?
Well, the first time the green wouldn't even go on, I didn't think.
No, the green was going on. That's why I was puzzled, because we were getting perfect reading. No, for sure. I know why you were confused. You didn't think it was, but it was. And here's the problem, is that it was working on both inputs, but number two was not going in there. And I'm wondering if there's some kind of fucking routing. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I wonder on my sound card if I have to pick both of those.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? Hold on.
That's a good point.
I just remembered that.
Because if there's that option available.
That's on the sound card. Oh, yeah, I want to go to my...
Is that too loud for you, Tom?
Oh, wait, I wouldn't see it on this
You're
one.
right, you won't see it until you shut down again. Well, we do it afterwards.
Let's do it afterwards.
Is that too loud for you?
No.
Okay, good, because I can...
Hey, Daphne.
That makes sense.
Yes, sir?
Can you see the hold column, or can Angie see that hold column when that chat is up?
No, I cannot see the hold column and the unchat.
And the what, Cat? And the what?
I cannot see the hold while chat is up.
Okay, so I'm going to shrink it so we can see everything. I'm going to make it, and I want you to tell me when you can see it. Can you see it now? Huh? Why is your chat bigger than the rest of us?
It must be the screen. I don't know.
Can you make that chat window smaller or bigger, or?
How about if he does everything like the line? Can you shove the line over more?
No, I want, this is here. How far does your chat come over? What is it covering right now?
Okay, wait, there we go. Angie's taking care of me.
Okay. What was it, Angie? What was it? Is that adjustable, that window?
It was the zooming in and out.
Okay, so now can you see the hold?
Yes.
So is that good?
me to put an
No,
X when they're
no, I'm going to put an X when I want Angie or someone to hold it. If I can't say just thank you for the call. Normally, if I say thank you, that's your cue, or if you hear me tone you, if I do this. Other than that, let's just have it as a backup in case I need it.
That tone just sounds like a sound you guys are making in the background.
You can't hear it in the studio?
We cannot hear it.
Oh, crap, okay.
And especially when we have our headphones.
All right, then I'll use the X or thank you. If I thank you for the call is the Q or the X. And I'll try not to use the X, but it's there just in case.
Okay, great.
All right, thanks, bye. I mean,
Okay, no, not bye.
I know. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, we're trying to get a handle on this business interruption insurance. See, we handle all of the issues that come up as a result of this outbreak. London Crounce with Daly and Black, they're attorneys, and they fight insurance companies most of the time for when they don't give you a just settlement for your damages, especially with hailstorms and roofing. And we've joined forces with them to make insurance companies accountable. Now, there are plenty of times that insurance companies justifiably turn down coverage. For example, if you don't have flood coverage and you experience a flood, then you don't get covered. But London, I want to ask something. Do you know about business interruption? Because it seems to me if the governor orders restaurants closed, why wouldn't a restaurant call that business interruption? I know there are some exclusions for civil unrest. There's some exclusions for riots and stuff like that. But do you know anything about executive orders, London?
Sure. So your typical business interruption provision reads that they'll pay for the actual loss of business income sustained due to necessary suspension of operations during periods of, quote, restoration. So typically, the suspension must be caused by a direct physical loss, damage, or destruction to the property.
Got you.
Most of your business loss or interruption insurance provisions read that way. However, and to buttress off of that, a direct physical loss has been held to be excluded as an economic loss that's unaccompanied by some sort of distinct or demonstrable loss of a physical use of the business property itself. So in the situation like, say, the SARS epidemic in the early 2000s, the carriers, started to catch on to this situation and began to exclude viral or bacterial outbreaks from your typical standard coverage. But, coverage, again, depends on the particular policy. I don't want anybody hearing this that has a business to be discouraged by that, but to read their particular policy. And, the rules for insurance say that everyone's entitled to their policy, and they should reach out to their agent and get a certified copy of their policy. If they have any questions about what it is or how to read it, please contact me or my office, and we'd be happy to help you interpret that.
Okay. And it's
wouldn't a lot of these policies though only put in there what they do cover instead of what they don't cover? Is that possible?
They actually, I think most policies do the exclusion route as opposed to the inclusion, but I might be wrong. London?
So you have endorsements which typically provide coverage, and you have exclusions. So you guys are both correct in that both things are provided for, but in this instance, it's more of what is covered by a business interruption. And then some policies, particularly from carriers that caught on to previous epidemics that we've experienced will go on to specifically exclude viral or bacterial outbreaks from your standard coverage. So,
I guess what I was saying,
I would advise, the four corners of the policy must be read in their entirety to really derive a appropriate coverage decision on what
London, the
provides
one that I
and what-
had back at my Goodyear stores basically said I had to have physical damage.
That's what he
to
said.
The store.
Yeah, that's exactly what he just said. Yep.
That's right, a direct physical loss, and that's typically if that's all that is provided, and it's just with an exclusion to a viral bacterial outbreak, I'd say that there is no such coverage. But to the extent that there's any ambiguous clauses or provisions there, contra pro referendum would say that any ambiguity there would inure to the policyholder. So, like I said, every policy is particular to itself and is worth while to review. So I would advise everybody out there that is anyway affected by this and wants to know that get a certified copy of their policy from their agent. If they have any questions about what it reads or what it says, contact my office or a competent attorney to help you interpret it.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Mark, I don't know if you heard that one part, but he did say that, and thank you very much, London. We appreciate it. He did say that it's during the period of restoration that they cover the interruption. So therefore, if there wasn't any damage, there wouldn't be any restoration. So that kind of excludes it right there. But we will.
I always read it as physical damage. Hey, I just got an email, by the way.
That's
Do you
exactly
remember
right.
Ming?
It is physical damage because, because it would have to be, it only covers closure during restoration. So that would have to be physical damage. Okay, what about him? Yeah, he was a Chinese guy that came to our station one time to visit us.
He was a common man.
Right.
Yeah, listen, I'm having him call in right now. He just
break
mail about some of his relatives that are in China, and this could actually be a little bit of good news.
All right, hold on, guys. We have more coming right up.
Now, Impact.
Clear.
Isn't this what the government and the SBA are trying to do, give money to businesses that are closed down? There'll probably be some application process.
40 seconds, I heard. Hold on. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Well, that's all we need is 30 inches of snow.
Well, it'll make people, I think the case.
John Fuller, Fuller Law for personal injuries. Right now, if you're in an accident, you don't have to worry. He's still running at full steam, and he'll give you free legal information when you need it the most. It's complimentary more than free, meaning if he can help you, he will. And if you hire him, there is never a charge unless, of course, he collects for you. 303-597-4500. That's John Fuller. His website is personalinjuryco.com. He's also on our referral list at referralist.com. Don't be fooled by the words, don't worry, we take full liability. No, you need someone on your side. There's never a charge to call him after an accident. He's our automobile and traffic accident expert, John Fuller, 303-597-4500. What account? What YouTube account do you put us on? It's not Troubleshooter. What is it on?
Tom Martino? I think it's Tom Martino.
Did you make that channel, Tom
No,
Martino
no,
Referral List?
no.
Okay, hold on. Because when I go
They
here,
couldn't hear Shane, and I don't know why it was like that.
what are you talking about?
When Shane was on there, for some reason they couldn't hear him. Of course, he was not very loud.
Oh, you couldn't hear him.
Yeah, on the here. So are you getting updates as far as on the amount of coronavirus there? I can't see. That CDC.gov is not very good. I didn't think.
Hey, Barry. Good. I can't talk. Could you message me? Yeah. Did you hear the teleconference yesterday? Okay. I'll give you a call after 2 o'clock. Okay. Will do. You know, they're having a live conference right now.
See what you can hear.
I am.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Some of the good news today, they are researching this malaria drug that seems to be have some success with the virus, with the coronavirus, the COVID-19, and that may lead to treatment and vaccine. Mark, how's the stock market doing?
Stock market's not horrible today, but it doesn't matter. It's horrible in general, so there's not much you're going to do. I don't think you should make any crazy moves. I learned from a very smart man one time, if you would not buy the stock at the current level, you might as well sell it now. So that's about the only advice I'd give.
All right. Now, Richard, what's going on with you? Hello, Richard.
Hello?
What's happening?
Yes. I'd like to compliment you on your more natural approach to the problem, the virus situation.
Thank you.
And focusing on the immune system and stuff like that. Although I'm over 60, or over 65, but I have an excellent immune system. I do intermittent fasting. I eat all organic.
Yep.
I do a ketogenic diet.
Same with me. Same with
I'm
me.
not worried.
I work out
Yeah,
several
I'm not
times a week. However, as soon as I say I have a great immune system, I'm afraid. That's why I'm not doing any bragging. I'm just going to see if I can get through this. What about you?
Well, I part of my regimen is to keep my microbiome healthy. So I'm really
talk about
I don't
that.
have any alcohol.
What is that?
Yeah. Say that again.
My microbiome, the bacteria in my gut, which is extremely important, and they're learning more and more about it.
Right, but it doesn't fight. However, it
and,
won't prevent the reproduction of a virus in your nasal passages or mouth.
Well, it's they're learning more about it, and one thing I do for my nasal passages is I flush them with something cheap that you can get at the drugstore.
Alcohol.
It's a salt wash. It's just salt, and then it's called the brand is.
By the
anyway,
way, salt. I understand salt has really no effect on the virus. However, it will keep you flushed.
And also the other thing I add is a little alcohol sugar called xylitol.
Yeah.
And what that does is it causes bacteria and viruses to be unprotected.
That's right. That's right. In fact, all alcohol sugars can help you on that, and inostrozole is another good one.
So
not inostrozole. Hold on, not inostrozole. What the hell am I talking about? The other one. I have it right in my cupboard. Hold on. Inostrozole is nothing to do with that. It is.
You're talking about. It's called. Shoot.
It's the one that makes you sleepy. It's the one. It's an alcohol sugar. It's very good for you. Anyway, I'll get the name. But I'm sorry. It just escapes me.
The thing is, the immune system is really important, and
that's right. Of course, it is. Absolutely.
But there's no. It seems like the focus is pretty minimal on that, and that should be the main focus. And even the guy, Fauci, the national guy, he was on an interview, and he says, "Well, if he has a fever, he takes Tylenol." And then what that does is it destroys the fever. The fever is an important part of the immune system.
That's exactly right, sir. Yeah, that is exact. You're one of the few people that know that.
The bacteria and the viruses that your body is fighting, they get weakened. They get destroyed when the
fever. That's exactly right. The fever. Okay. Do you want to know something else? I'm going to tell you that you might think is crazy, but maybe you won't. The swelling process in an injury is part of your healing.
Exactly.
Now, swelling due to bacteria, swelling due to infection is different. Swelling due to an injury is good. It promotes healing. It allows the fibroblast cells to get in there, allows the white blood cells to get in there. It immobilizes you, and it does what it's supposed to do. When you ice
why do people in sports medicine
because
tell you
they're morons.
Ice it or heat it?
They're morons because when you ice an injury, you are then shutting down the healing process. And you're feeling better, but making the joint weaker. That is why people have chronic tennis elbow. They've never allowed it to heal. Look up prolotherapy or platelet-rich plasma or stem cells. Just the opposite. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. If you want to hear the truth, you stay here on the Troubleshooter Network.
Season after season. Clear. People trust K&H.
I think it's inositol. Inositol. That's what it is. Jesus.
Leadership. Thanks for what you all are doing to implement the president's coronavirus guidelines. It's an
inositol.
Serving with all of you. Thank you, Vice President. Deborah.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President. You should have received an analysis of the across the country COVID cases analyzed by state and counties, utilizing counties with more than 50 cases. Over 50% of the cases are in 3 states. Over 50% of the cases are in just 10 counties. So it's the 3 primary states of California, Washington, and New York, with the additional counties of New Orleans and Cook County. We are very concerned to remain concerned in urban areas where mitigation and social distancing is absolutely crucial. The issue of decreasing spread due to contaminated counters and other things in restaurants and bars, as well as movie theaters, is absolutely critical. So I know you're concerned about your hospitals, but critically, you need to make sure that all elective medical and surgical procedures and dental procedures have been canceled.
Those of you watching us on Fox 10 Extra, I invite you to come join us online, coronavirusnow.com. The stream will continue all the way until 9 o'clock Arizona time. We will see you tomorrow. Take care.
Centers and that staff to be your surge capacity. Those ventilators can
Expecting 5 to 8 inches of snow today.
I think as we all work together to solve these solutions, I think unlocking the masks and the PPE from construction was absolutely key, as well as this ventilator situation. I think the federal government has been very proactive in ensuring that we decrease bureaucracy and barriers to unlock these innovations. We believe that innovations will continue to come from the field, and we appreciate your frontline workers who have been informing us about their changes. It's important that we're tracking the data on a county-by-county as granularly as we can, because we can look at whether mitigation is working in those. We'll get feedback from your community. This will only be solved if every single person in every single community takes responsibility to ensure they're following the presidential guidelines that were put out several days ago for the 2 weeks of stopping this virus. So we will stay in close communication with all of you through FEMA. We're very excited about the full activation of FEMA to be able to provide a dialogue both up and a dialogue down so that we can stay in closer communication.
Inositol is not a good thing. Fuck, inositol is bad.
Based on the needs and the case structure that has been reported. Reporting becomes
Jesus. So inositol feeds virus.
We don't know how to
Thank you.
stockpiles. So this both testing.
Hold on. Inositol is synthesized in some animals.
Essential as well as hospital admissions and CCU, so that we understand exactly what is required from the federal government. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Mike, go ahead.
There's something we talked about inositol.
On the subject of testing, Admiral Guad is with us. The U.S.
Wait.
Public Health Service has built a model. So many of the states have already begun drive-through testing. We're doing a yeoman's work in that space, and Admiral Guad is here to articulate to you how we can be supportive of that going forward and where we're rolling that out. Last point, the President asked me to emphasize. We want to encourage every governor on this call, convene your leading healthcare providers today to take inventory of your medical supply needs. And we urge you to remind them that they need to look to their supply chains first. We'll prioritize accordingly. And any states that are in the middle of critical response, know that we will work with you to get you what you need. Other states, you need to talk to your healthcare leaders, providers, and make sure that they are going to the supply chain. And we encourage you to pull them together today to emphasize that point. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mike. And I want to get back to the governor says something.
And alcohol sugar feeds virus. I don't like that at all.
Does as a sweetener used?
We have a drug called chloroquine.
Feed.
A derivation would be hydroxychloroquine, which I hear even better about. It's a common malaria drug. It's been available, so therefore the safety level we understand very well. It's been relatively safe, and it showed very encouraging early results. Really encouraging. If this works as well as hopefully it might, the FDA, which would have taken normally much longer to do under our great secretary, has been fantastic. The head of the FDA has been Dr. Hahn, Dr. Stephen Hahn. He's been fantastic. He got it approved very quickly. I won't even tell you how quickly, but let's put it this way. It's approved. And we're encouraging you to take a look at it. We have ordered a lot of it, and you can too. It's by prescription. It's a very powerful drug for malaria and also for various forms of very serious arthritis. But we think it has a very serious, very good impact on what we're talking about with respect to the virus. So you'll take a look at that, and you can coordinate with us. But I think to me that's a game changer. You know about the vaccines are fine, but that will be a while before you can test it because you have to wait quite a bit of period. We are making tremendous progress on the vaccine, but it still takes a long while to test it. We're also studying this and other promising therapies, which is a therapy produced by Gilead, and that would be it's called remdesivir.
Oh no, my God.
it shows great promise.
That's a bad one?
No, he's not saying it right.
Which is a company which is also working very hard on a drug, and it's also, they're doing very well. They are the ones that came up with a very successful solution to Ebola. And they've been a fantastic company. So we have some great things, but the ones that I mentioned are very good, but especially I think if you look at the first mention, could be an absolute total game changer. And with that, I think we'll go back to this is by prescription, but the states can issue it, and we have it approved by the FDA, and I think it's going to be something that will be very interesting to see. We're going to know very quickly, but we've had some very good tests, and it's been successful. So let's take a look. To me, that's probably the most important thing that anybody
Okay, guys.
if it works. We have it approved for safety, and I want to thank the FDA for acting so quickly. It was
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show, the voice of reason when it comes to the coronavirus, what businesses are doing, what you're doing, what you need done, what you need for help. We will help you. You call, we'll get things done. Solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, normal consumer problems each and every day. This is nothing new to us to solve problems. Now, one thing I am reading that is absolutely universally accepted, glucose absolutely feeds virus. And the absence of glucose can cause a virus to break apart. Glucose is your enemy and an enemy of your immune system. Any high glucose foods. Now, you may say, then is fructose all right? Fructose also metabolizes the same way of glucose. The study only included glucose, but I would suspect that fructose would have the same bearing. Now, diabetics, when they measure their blood sugar, they measure glucose, not fructose. I had one moron doctor say it's all right to eat fruit because when you take your blood sugars, it doesn't raise your blood sugar. Well, you moron, that's because you're using a glucose meter, not a fructose meter. It does raise your blood sugar. It raises fructose, and when they want to induce diabetes type 2 into animals, they use fructose to do it. So fructose will cause you to be insulin resistant, just like sugar will. By the way, sugar and both glucose and fructose do not cause type 1 diabetes. When you hear, don't eat so much sugar, you'll become a diabetic, well, that's a type 2 diabetic. Because when you eat too much sugar and you have a terrible diet, your pancreas secretes insulin so much so that your body starts ignoring it. And you start becoming insulin resistant. That is type 2 diabetes. Your pancreas is operating fine, but the insulin it's producing is not recognized or heard by the body. Because you get into a noisy room, eventually that noise becomes the din. And to hear, you either have to reduce the noise or yell over the noise. Well, moron doctors who treat type 2 diabetes give you insulin. They're yelling above the noise. They're saying, oh, you're insulin resistant. We'll just give you more insulin. And that's a road to nowhere. The idea is to reduce the noise and become more insulin sensitive. So the smart doctors are the ones who are reducing all carbs and glucose and fructose in a type 2 diabetic, then allowing the body to recognize insulin once again. Now, type 1, it's different. Your pancreas shuts down. It doesn't produce insulin. But even in those cases, logic would tell you you don't want to bombard the body, so you have to take insulin. If you were to take people who live various lifespans, and you could see all of the insulin they used in their lives, and it was on a shelf, in a jar, the people who lived into their 80s and 90s and 100s would have very little insulin in there. And the ones who live shorter lifespans would have a lot of insulin. There is a direct correlation to insulin and lifespan. Yes, it does convert sugar into energy, but it does so in such a way that it produces heat or entropy. It introduces all kinds of problems into your system. So you're short-lived and energetic. It's like nitrous oxide in a race car. That'll wear down your engine. Engines that last a long time run on diesel, a thicker fuel, less heat, and they last forever. Our bodies would last forever if we ran them on fat, because fat is a lower burning fuel. But instead, we've learned to burn sugar, and our bodies take the short circuit. But here's what else happens when you burn those sugars. When you burn those sugars, you're creating heat, and I mean heat in the conversion to energy. And what happens is you are feeding everything bad in your body. Do you know that there are detection tools for cancer? Doc, you know this. And what do they look for? Those detection tools go to look for the metabolism of the metabolizing of sugar, because sugar is attracted to the cancer, and cancer eats the sugar. That's how they find the cancer. Your sugar is feeding it. Your sugar feeds viruses. So, I said high levels of garlic. Why? I don't know. Just everyone with high levels of garlic seem to have a better immune system. Vitamin C seems to be great for the immune system. CBD seems to be great for the immune system. And no glucose. Try to cut down on glucose and fructose on sugars. Ming, you are getting information from China, from your relatives. What are you finding out?
Well, my mom lives in Taishan, Guangdong, which is about 900 miles from Wuhan. And that city, they basically closed down all the businesses about a month ago. And they started opening back up as of last week. And they have zero new case of anybody with the virus.
Yeah, and it doesn't require new cases from the origin to keep going. Do they know? I've heard a million stories on how this originated. Do you know, and I'm not asking you to guess, do they say how it started over there?
From what my mom was telling me, it's just people eating exotic animals that they shouldn't be. I mean,
that's what I heard.
Exotic animals in China is like, it's more like a status thing.
Like what? You told us that once before. Give us an idea of what would be status. What food?
I think when the SARS started, people were saying that a lot of people were eating armadillos. And I don't know if that was the cause of it, but that's what a lot of people were saying, that it came from that. I have no idea.
But the original people that got sick were supposedly eating exotic animals, is what you're saying.
I think that's what a lot of people are saying, but I don't have any proof.
Okay. But you're talking. I'm just talking about the scuttlebutt in those villages. Your mom lives right near Ground Zero.
She lives in a city, but I don't know if Wuhan. It seems like to be a pretty big city.
Okay. Now your mom doesn't live. She doesn't live far from there, right?
About 900 miles.
Do they eat pangolins in China?
That I don't know. I left China. I've been away from China for a long time, but they eat all sorts of animals that we wouldn't be eating here in America.
Well, anyway, China banned wild animals such as this, and they are saying that the pangolin is not good for you, and they were using the scales for medicine. Right. And then, do you know if they eat bats?
No, different regions eat different things, but people in Guangdong, no one would even touch that.
What's the strangest thing when you were growing up there? Did they have as food?
When I was I lived with my grandparents until I was 7 years old. I remember when I was 6 and 7, I have eaten monkey meat. I have eaten. When I was sick at one time, my grandma would take a piece of tusk, the elephant from the elephant, and she would ground it in a mortar and make me drink the juice. But the weirdest thing I have ever eaten was my uncle always buy garden snakes. He would buy like a bag full of them and make me. He would take one every morning, cut the tail off, stuck the damn thing in my mouth, and suck all the blood out. That's the
Oh my God! Wow.
I was 6 years old. Today, you trying to feed me that? I tell you, go.
Yeah. Well, you're American now. I mean, you've been Americanized for how long now?
Over 30-some years.
I want to ask something straight up that we asked when you were a common man. Is it just a myth? Is it a social? Is it a myth or is it a rumor? Is it a stereotype about dogs? Is it? Was there ever a time, or is there a time, or do they actually eat domesticated dogs?
Yes, up until maybe 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, dogs, the ones were raised for meat, not someone's pet.
Okay.
It's a different breed. And the last time I went back to China was 3 years ago, and I asked my uncles if people still eat dogs, and he showed me a couple restaurants in the city that still serve them, but not too many people are into them anymore. People there are more Americanized, like here. They raise dogs as pets now.
No, I understand. But there was a time, and there's still a few old timers that do it. And I believe that restaurant was called Walk Your Dog. Ha ha ha! That's just okay. Listen, we have more coming up.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
So what happened? When they had MERS, remember the Middle East, it went from a bat to a camel to man.
Eating a camel?
No, just by the camel spits. So they went from bats to pangolin.
I'm sorry.
To man.
Go up, get found fast. Let me. Okay. We were rudely interrupted by this commercial. I'm just kidding. Get Found Fast is a company that right now can truly help your business. Websites are more important than ever. Even more important in some cases than brick and mortar. Get Found Fast is a company we use. They'll give you a free website analysis. They'll go through your website. They'll tell you how it shows up with search engines and what people are finding when they search. Get Found Fast gets real results. They truly do. They're not liars and cheaters like a lot of these tech people are just terrible. These people are the real deal. GetFoundFast.com. Sorry.
Hey, Doc, why do they on sprains say ice it and stuff?
Say it again? Keep the swelling down.
I know, but isn't swelling supposed to be good for something like that?
Well, except up to a point.
Right. But up to what point?
Well, you don't want to get so much edema that the antibodies can't get there. So you want to reduce the swelling and then put heat on it to allow the blood to go into it.
Oh.
If there's too much swelling, too much fluid, then the blood can't get to it.
So use hot, cold,
right?
Or cold, hot, cold, hot. Because even in a normal sprain, you got heat. Your body produces heat there also. But you're saying it can go to the most. It actually inhibits.
So what insulin does, insulin allows glucose to get into the cell. Mm-hmm. It transports glucose into the cell. And glucose is what you metabolize for energy.
But you don't want insulin in your system all the time. And that's why, well, there's a lot of doctors that say snack all the time.
Insulin is like a thermostat. If you have glucose in your system, a normal pancreas will secrete insulin in a dose sufficient to keep your blood sugar at a certain level. Okay, so it's like a thermostat. So it's set at, let's say, 100 for your blood glucose. So you're a healthy guy. You don't have diabetes, right? Your pancreas is secreting insulin in response to the amount of glucose that you take in.
Or fructose.
Yeah, well, fructose gets just like sucrose gets metabolized to glucose. Sucrose is just two glucose molecules.
I know, but people don't know that.
Right, but what I'm saying with Dan, his pancreas is like a regulator that secretes enough insulin to keep your blood sugar within certain levels.
It's supposed to.
Right. No, well, it does in his case because he's a healthy guy, and if he was to check,
that's true.
if he was to check his blood glucose at any point,
It should
would be within. Well,
I'm saying if you eat unhealthy, it does this all day.
It's called simogene.
Unhealthy people, it spikes and goes down.
You don't want spikes.
Here's why. When it spikes, here's why fasting is good. When it fasts, it gets over that, and then it makes you start burning fat, which is very level. And then if it does this though, what happens is when you get down here, instead of burning fat, it's looking for more sugar because you've short-circuited the fat burning process.
That makes sense. Like I say, that's the whole thing.
That's why it's better. Because if you fast, even if you eat like shit, if you fast, even if you eat a little like shit, your pancreas hasn't been overworked. But still, it's better to fast and to do low carb, both. But the more you fast, the more carbs you can eat and get away with.
I've also read that there's, depending on your DNA, they're prolonged to eat more on carbohydrates.
Let's put it this way. There are people that eat like absolute total dog shit and their blood is perfect. There's no accounting for it. It must be DNA.
It is genetic.
Because we talked about that. Like low carb is best, restricted calorie is best, certain things are best, right? That's the rule. Until you get to certain people, it doesn't fucking matter. They live forever no matter what they do. And so you can't account for it.
Right.
I mean, you just can't. I mean, that's not to say, though, and this is what I don't like, is when people use them as an excuse to eat carbs, because for those people, it will probably kill them. Most people, it will. There are those who can get away with it for some reason. You take blood tests, their blood sugar is perfect, their enzymes are perfect, their lipids are perfect. Everything is perfect.
It's like anything else. There are outliers to any
right. And they're just perfect.
Right.
And then you go like this. Fuck. Because there's no rhyme or reason.
We had a guy in the poker group that weighed about 300 pounds and eat two bowls of ice cream, never got diabetes, had his blood sugar. It was.
And his blood chemistry is probably perfect.
Right. And my friend Steve, who worked out 4 times a day, had no body fat. He was a type 2 diabetic. It's just there are outliers.
No, there aren't. There absolutely. That's right.
Whatever trait you're testing for, there are going to be outliers on both ends of the normal curve. It's just the way life is.
I'm positive we're doing something wrong.
No, I think you're right. That makes sense.
We didn't select it.
That there's a selected because it goes probably to standard, and that's probably just going on number 1.
And in that selection, see if you look at my selection here.
Or default probably just
show you my selection. It says this, solo USB, right? And out. But then here, I'll show you.
Boy, you got to have the other one plugged in.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Now, 713-8255. On the sugar thing, I'm getting a little reaction to that. I don't care if you agree with me. When it comes to science and not politics, I don't care. With politics, agree with me all day long. What I'm saying is this. Science does not lie. You will die faster eating sugar, except for, let me say this. We were just talking about outliers. There are certain people, I don't know why, no matter what they do, they remain healthy. Their blood sugar, their enzymes, their lipids, their cholesterol, everything remains perfect, even if they eat like dog crap. Now, that's not to say, see, I don't have to eat healthy. Most of us do. But there are, for some reason, people that defy that. Just like some people can smoke and never get cancer. That doesn't mean smoking is healthy. Ida, what's going on with you? Hello, Ida. I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. What's
I want
happening?
to thank you first for taking my call.
Yeah. Well, thank you for holding.
That's okay. Thank you. I need your help. I was calling because my dog bit someone. While I was cleaning at school, I bring him with me for like just safety purposes. I was never told not to bring him there, and I brought him in, and it was like 8 o'clock at night, and somebody came in through the back door and woke him up, and he bit her.
Now, this was on the job.
Yes,
And you were cleaning where? A school?
at school.
Okay.
And it was on Sundays. I always clean at night, and
Was this a
I bring him
private
with
school?
It's a private school, yes.
Did
I
they?
don't wanna
Did
say the
somebody?
name.
No, it doesn't matter. Did someone call the police or call the dog catcher or somebody? Did they report you?
We did. And
Okay.
everything, and
Was your
we
dog
did all
confiscated?
the process.
Was your dog confiscated?
Yes, I had to bring him in
Now
that
where-
next day.
Where is he now?
He's at that Thumbs Friendly
What are they going to do with
jailhouse.
him?
Forgot.
How long has he been in jail?
They're not doing anything. I pay $450 to watch him for the court date to come arrived, and then I have to pay another $450 tomorrow. But I've been trying to get him out.
What
and
is the
now
four?
because all
What
this-
is the 450 for? That money you're paying, is that for his room and board?
Yes.
Are they going to order him put to death?
I hope not.
What
They
kind of-
haven't said anything. That's the point.
Well, that's why you're having a hearing. If it's considered a vicious dog, you need to ask the Dumb Friends League to evaluate him. A lot of people
Okay.
don't do that. See, a lot of people don't do that. Are you allowed to visit?
No.
Have you asked?
Yes. I've been up there. I live in Aurora, and he's in Castle Rock, and I've been up there 5 times.
Is he at
and
the
they won't
buddy?
let me.
Is he at the buddy center?
Yes, and he was adopted from there.
What do you mean? Oh, that's where you got
I
him.
adopted
Okay.
him from
Okay.
there when he was a baby.
Listen, if you go to the buddy center, they usually will let you visit. Did you ask them?
I did.
And what did they
And
say?
they told me no.
What?
He said that it's hard on the dog if he sees me.
Oh,
and then
wait,
that I have to
wait.
keep him.
Okay, it's hard on the dog. This is their opinion then. It's not some law keeping
Right.
you. Well, okay. Listen, they let volunteers walk the dogs and pet the dogs. Why wouldn't they let an owner come in? Now, here's the thing. The people at the Buddy Center are good people. I mean, they're good people. Why don't you ask them to evaluate your dog? They know dogs. They have people who can evaluate them for your hearing, so you can have an opinion.
Okay, I can do that. Am
Well,
I
for sure you can do
hearing-
that, because here's what's going to happen. The person it bit, the person your dog
Mm-hmm.
bit, does that person want the dog destroyed?
No, she does not.
What kind of dog is it?
She's a mixed Great Pyrenees.
A Great Pyrenees. They're the biggest, friendliest dogs in the world. A Great Pyrenees and what? What kind?
They don't even know. They told me it was San Bernard, and then they told me it was a Golden Retriever.
So it's a big, giant, friendly dog. They don't bite. I mean, any dog bites. The dog was startled.
Yes, that's what we thought. But she scared me
Well-
also because she came in through the back door, and the back door is really heavy. It's
Listen,
a warehouse door.
listen.
It's slammed shut.
Get your dog evaluated, then ask the judge for
Okay.
mercy. Say, look, judge, I will keep the dog at home. That's it. Just do it.
Okay.
I will keep the dog
my-
home or on a leash at all times. That's what you say.
But
And then-
now I can't go see them because the courts are closed, so they don't want to hear me.
Well, hold on. You're going to have a hearing. They're not stopping courts, are they?
They stop in courts until. So the DA told me that they're not even sure that in April 1st I was going to be able to have my court date.
Yeah, because it's not a priority.
Mhm.
But they're not going to kill your dog.
I don't want them to.
I don't think they will. Listen. Nobody loves dogs more than us. Maybe one of us, Mark, Dan, Daff, one of us will call down to the Buddy Center. Let's just see at least if the dog can be held over. Hold on, all right? We'll do that. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. More coming right up. This is
They don't know if it's the first and only time he's bit somebody, do they? If it's just one episode?
I don't know.
One episode, maybe not, but I'll tell you what, her insurance was.
Is this long or short? It's usually long, yeah.
Yeah, if she has homeowners, it's gonna go up.
How is it outside? Is it nasty? Oh, it is.
It's still snowing? 5 to 8 inches is supposed to get.
Wow. I have all my furniture covered, but the deck out there is so beautiful. I showed him yesterday. It looked like spring. We have this creek back there, and it's so
Oh, yeah, it
beautiful.
was beautiful.
It's just beautiful. And then today it just turned to shit.
Today, tomorrow's supposed to be bad. Supposed to get colder tomorrow.
Wow.
I know. 5 to 8.
Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal. Yes, they are open. Yes, they have a great selection. Yes, they are having great deals. All prices clearly marked. All you have to do is go see them. 63rd and Federal, Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturdays, 9 to 6. And here's the deal. They have lenders on premises. They can originate the loans and get you approved 100%. You never have to worry about a deal gone bad like you see at other dealers, because they let you take the car and they lie to you about financing, and then they call you back and they tell you you have to take the car back and pay for it anyway, and it's just ridiculous. You won't find that at Rocky's. Straightforward deals, great deals, prices clearly marked, financing arranged, everything approved before you leave. 303-426-4646, 426-4646, 63rd and Federal, Rocky'sAutos.com. Holy crap, it really is snowing, isn't it, guys?
Yep.
I wonder if I should stay here tonight. So my kids and I were supposed to do something this week, go to Florida or something, or because of spring break, we couldn't do shit.
Yeah, right.
Their whole spring break is.
Well, they can go to spring break. You just can't go.
Yeah, but they're little. They're not.
I know.
Yeah.
God, that's like,
I know.
the spring, it's like a tease here. It gets nice
I know.
and boom. Oh, yeah.
Where'd you get that? Did you bring that with you? That's Sarah's?
Yeah, I brought it with me because I didn't have a box to put it
Oh,
in.
okay. So listen, I will try. Yeah, we're going to do this after if we can get somebody. Hey, Angie. Are you there, Angie? Are you going to be? What are you doing after the show? Do you leave that studio? Okay. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up the other thing we have, and I just want to know if you hear me. That's all. We're just testing another one of these little Lucy things, not Lucy, whatever, my hardware, and it didn't work before. We thought we had a setting set wrong. We just want to do it after the show just to see.
So
yeah, thanks.
So Pence and Trump had a news conference, especially directed towards governors. Apparently, they're releasing. There's an attachment you can make to certain ventilators. They said there can be tens of thousands of ventilators available. They're doing something with masks so that construction people can give away masks, and that they've opened up the storage of a certain kind of mask, a G95 mask, so that they're available to people. Now, I don't know if that's going to prevent, the whole idea of the mask is to keep you basically from touching your face, because it doesn't stop the particles. Now, I don't know if the mask they were talking about is fine enough to stop virus particles. It would have to be a really special mask.
I thought they were really what masks is for, is people who are sick and so
Right,
cough and
exactly.
stays with them.
Yeah, that's what it's more for.
Yeah, we'll cut down spread no matter what.
Yeah, because it'll cut out the droplets that have the virus.
Right. Now, it was 3M who was making those masks.
Yeah.
And they needed, they actually passed a quick bill because they needed the liability taken away from them.
Right.
Because their construction versus. He's a dealer.
I know. That's what I like.
And apparently this attachment is going to free up, he said, tens of thousands of ventilators.
Another thing I heard on the ventilators, the guy was missing a part. This is in Italy, and they did the 3D printer, and he made the part. And the company that was supposed to be selling them was going to sue him.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you imagine a family, 3 people in a family, in the same family died because of the virus?
They died?
Yep.
Where at? Where's that
In
family?
New Jersey.
Really? And really?
Yep.
Were they older or what? Or they have?
One was 73. One was 55.
Hi, Tom Martino. You're a troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, let's go to the phones. And if you have any problems, questions, complaints, you call us. If you need help, you call us. John, what's going on with you, John? Welcome.
I'm stuck on a blizzard in Monument.
In Monument, where?
In Kmart or Walmart parking lot.
Now, why are you stuck?
I'm almost out of gas and no money.
Okay. You're in Monument, Walmart, stuck and out of money. How'd you get there?
I drove.
From where?
Colorado Springs.
And what were you doing? Why were you driving? I mean, I'm just trying to get the story here, bro. Why were you driving there?
I was tired of hanging out at a homeless shelter.
Oh, you were homeless and you have a car though, right?
Yeah.
Where were you before that? I mean, tell me what happened to you. How'd you end up on the street?
I was evicted in January.
In January? What, did you lose your job?
Yeah, I haven't had a work job for a while.
Okay, so you're evicted. Are you an addict or an alcoholic?
No.
Okay. Why haven't you worked in the best economy ever? Just tell me. I mean, I want to know the story, John. We want to help people, but I need to know a little. How do you get homeless? How do you say you haven't worked in a while? Why?
I've never been able to get a good job.
You
I
what?
have ADD.
You have ADD?
I've never been able to get a good job or keep one. I have ADD.
Mm-hmm. How old are you?
63.
63? How have you been living all these years? How have you been surviving?
Oh, odd jobs, honest and on.
Where are you from?
Lived in Colorado most of my life.
Why don't you have you worked enough to get Social Security?
I got turned down for SSD. I'll try again.
Well, what about normal Social Security at 62?
I don't know. I'll have to check.
Well, did you ever, I mean, you did work, right? Over your lifetime, have you worked?
A lot was under the table.
Oh, man. You're probably not eligible. Yeah, I mean, you got some problems. This is what happens when irresponsibility reaches 62. So where, do you have any family anywhere?
Not around much here.
Where is your family?
Oh, one's in Colorado, but doesn't have one with me. One's in Nevada. One's out of country.
Yes, so, I mean, John, right now, what do you need? I mean, really, even if somebody gave you gas money, where are you going? What are you going to do? What's your plan, bro? What's your plan?
Back down to a homeless shelter, I guess.
And the idea of a homeless shelter is to get out of the homeless shelter, right? You use that as a launch pad. ADD is not an excuse for not working. Are you lazy?
I don't know. I think I might have chronic fatigue.
Okay, that's from chronically not working. It happens. I'm serious.
Yeah.
The more you sleep, the more tired you get. The more you don't do anything, the more. I mean, really, you can start picking disabilities out of the air, but then you run out of them. Sometimes, I have chronic fatigue. I would love to just sit around and watch TV. I would love to binge on Netflix. It's just I don't. I pull myself
I
out
have
of
a
bed.
TV in the car.
Listen, man, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. What I'm trying to say is, even if they helped you, you don't have a plan. It's there. There's nothing. So you're literally there with no gas, nowhere to go, in a blizzard, in your car.
I have a little bit of gas, but it's going to run out. I had propane heater, but it ran out of propane.
Okay.
I thought maybe I would talk to some people in the parking lot, but I'm not good at talking to strangers.
Yeah.
Maybe you could tell me how to talk to people and ask for a little help.
Well, I'd like to know you're going somewhere first, and you have a plan. Then we can figure that part out. Seriously. Walmart, let's see. What you need, have you heard of Step Denver? It's not going to work if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict and you don't want to change. If you want to change, you want to get a job, you want to get somewhere, you want to move on, it'll work. But I'm hearing nothing here. I'm hearing, you know what I'm hearing? I don't know if Mark is still here but with us, but if he's on. But I'm hearing Patrick, this guy we have, who we had to kick his ass to get him started. And I think he is at least making an attempt. But John, really, you didn't call to get lectured to, but I can't just tell you how to get money or get out of there unless you have somewhere to go and something to do. I mean, this is a terrible time. I mean, you left. When did you leave Colorado Springs, the homeless shelter?
Yesterday.
Okay. What was on your mind? What were you thinking you were going to do? You must have thought something. I'm going to go where? To Denver?
Maybe. And then this blizzard hit.
All right. You said you're not good at talking to strangers. I can see that. You were going somewhere yesterday. If you hadn't stopped there, where would you have gone?
I just stayed overnight in the car.
And then what was your plan?
No plan, really, just to get away from the shelter.
To get away from the shelter, but absolutely no plan. Where were you going to eat?
Oh, I had a little bit of left on food stamps.
Do you have any
It
now?
gets old eating cold food.
Yeah, but even if you had warm food, even if you had money, how would your life change? If you had $1,000 right now, how would your life change? What would you do?
I don't know.
That's the problem, John. I mean, that's the problem. I mean,
I'd like to get a commercial license and try to get a job driving.
Well, why haven't you done that before?
It costs quite a bit of money to get a commercial license.
Well, okay. Which Walmart? You're in Monument?
Yes.
How much gas? What kind of car do you have?
Saturn.
How do you earn money from day to day? I mean, I assume you don't have insurance.
Oh, wiped out my savings just about.
Where did you get savings? Where are you getting income? Odd jobs? What kind of work do you do?
Construction labor mostly, but I'm getting tired of that.
Well, yeah, you're in your 60s. I mean, I don't blame you for being tired, but you got to do something. You haven't even worked enough to get Social Security.
Right.
SSDI, what would it be on? On what basis? Social Security disability, on what basis? That's your only hope.
I don't know.
Well, that's why you don't get disability. You don't know. John, I'm not hearing anything. I don't, what were you hoping I'd say to you right now? Honest to God, you called me. I didn't call you. So why don't you just ask what you were going to ask? What were you going to ask?
Just how to approach strangers and ask them for a little help.
Okay. All right.
Once it clears up.
All right. If you had a plan, you would go to someone and say, look, my life has been nothing but garbage, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I want direction. And I've heard of Step Denver, and I plan to drive to Denver and ask them if they'll help me. Or fill in the blank. It doesn't have to be, but I need enough gas money to get there and some food. That's what you do. You're just honest with people. But you don't go and say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't have a plan. You have to have a direction and a plan. You have to have something to do. Right now, if anybody's listening in the Monument area, let's take your number down, John. If someone's listening in the Monument area, do we have people there? What do they say? Yeah, well, he's not going to enter a truck driving school today. I mean, yeah, there's one in Fountain. Companies are paying students. Yeah, they're paying you to go but you got a social initiative. First of all, you said you're 63. Have you ever even looked to see if you're eligible for Social Security, for any Social Security?
I got turned down for SSDI.
Well, that's disability. But the reason you got turned down is you don't have a disability. Have you tried social services? You got food stamps, right?
No.
Do they give you any money or just food stamps?
Just food stamps.
What was the best job you ever had?
Oh, that's tough to say.
And how long was your longest job?
Oh, had a few welding jobs in the 80s, but they didn't last too long.
I don't even know how you get to month, John. I mean, honest to goodness, I've heard people call me before. I mean, I'll hand you this. You're not a con man. You're not lying. You are absolutely exactly as you present yourself. Uninspired, unambitious, totally down and out, have no idea where you've been or where you're going. I mean, I got to give you that.
Yep.
Listen, we have people who would fill up your gas tank if you had a gas attendant that would take a credit card over the phone. But listen, you have to have somewhere to go. You can't just get a full tank of gas. You have to make changes. John, you certainly know that you have to make changes, right? You know you can't just go on like this, right? No, I'm serious. Don't just yes me. You know that you today have to decide to make a frickin' change, right? You have to make a change. Is there anyone around that sells gas there at Walmart where you could talk to the attendant and say, I have someone who will pay for my gas? Is there?
I don't know if there's a gas station around here.
Well, you can drive
right around here.
You can drive to one. You're in Monument. There's loads of gas stations.
Yeah, but not one here by Walmart, I don't think.
Well, you might have to drive a few feet. Can you not drive?
Yeah, I can drive.
Daphne, get his phone number.
Just get his strangers and ask them.
Well, you just asked us, and we just said we have people that'll buy you gas if you can get to a gas station and talk to an attendant.
Okay. I was just wondering if maybe you had advice on how to talk to a person, approach them.
Yes, I told you. Here's what you do. You have a plan and a direction, and ask them if they can help you take the next step. No one is going to adopt a 63-year-old child, but they will help you get to your next step. Everyone wants to do that if you have a direction, if you have a place to go. I want to get to here, and I'm going to do this. But you can't just drift in nowhere land. In fact, I honest to God, John, find it almost hard to believe that this is not a crank call because it sounds so hopeless. But hold on a sec. Daphne, get his phone number. At least get his phone number. We'll have someone call him after the show. Okay? I mean, we're not heartless people. But, John, you have to have at least a plan. A plan. Something you want to do. And I don't mean get a truck driving license. I mean tonight and then tomorrow and next week. have a plan. There are places that will take you in and help you if you're willing. But you sound like you're totally uninspired. You know, I don't want to depress you, but man, you're offering no one, you're offering not even hope for someone who wants to help you. Not even a glimmer of hope.
Break.
More coming up.
Now, Impact Track.
No, I know, and you're right. And that, but I wouldn't even do that unless there's somewhere he's going to go.
Yeah. I don't care if it's
just back to the shelter.
Well, no, if he's in a blizzard in his car.
No, I know. He is.
Can't turn
He
on the
is.
heat. You don't want the guy dying of frost.
No, I know.
That's all.
I know.
So if you get him a full tank of
Right.
gas, he won't die tonight. That's all. You know, I'm trying to prevent.
There's his number. Let's talk to him after the show, John, and just tell him to get to a goddamn gas station. Go back to
I can't read it. What's his number there?
719
719
200
200
8943. His name is John.
Right.
So there's
Here's what I would say. What I'd like to do is if you can get back. Hold on. Just wait.
So here's where that Walmart's at.
TheArtofGranite.com. Kitchen countertops, granite or quartz or any natural stone. 2 weeks, complete jobs after you pick what you want. TheArtofGranite.com. You'll pay wholesale for materials, the direct stone importers. Plus, you get the kitchen done, and they'll do the bathroom free, and they'll tear out and haul away everything free. TheArtofGranite.com. 303-386-5919.
So it looks like he's at a Walmart Supercenter.
So here's what I would say, John. You have to get back to your shelter, and then we'll call you in a few days and come up with a plan. We're not going to just pay for you to get there or to do nothing. And then I'm going to contact Step Denver. Okay. But this man's got to give, I don't know, and I hate to say this, but I'm not sure the guy wants.
Right.
Well, he sounds so depressed. But he doesn't sound like he's under the influence.
No. At least not now. Like King Super's got stuff all the time for people working right now. They need stockers.
Yeah. Every place is hiring.
There's a Shell gas station right down by King Super's. And there's where he's at. I mean, just like that, he doesn't even know where a gas station is. I wonder if it's pretty bad there. Man, it's smelling pretty darn good.
So a doctor whose name will be nameless went to Rocky Mountains Medical Clinic.
Which were Rocky Mountains?
Rocky Mountains Medical Clinic.
Yeah.
And you know, you get penile injections. That's
right. That's scary shit.
He went to Mexico, overdid it, got a erection that wouldn't go down. He hired a plane to fly back to Denver to have it surgically taken care of because they didn't want to have it taken care of in Mexico.
What will happen if you have it?
Well, if you have an erection, you can get gangrene because it restricts the flow of blood after a while. So you can get gangrene of the penis.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Or necrosis, I should say, not gangrene, necrosis, if it's overdone. So he had it surgically taken care of.
So why did he go to Mexico with that to do it?
Because he didn't want to fuck around here. He was Mexican.
Okay.
So he gave himself too much of the medication.
Oh, he did himself?
Well, yeah, but that's what they do. It's an injection that you take it home. The medication they give you.
Okay.
Oh.
We had a guy that called in and said he went and did that, but he said there's no sensation.
Of what?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Of what?
of any type of sensation down there.
Even, so you get the injection, it does
Right.
you no good.
Right, because you don't really.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Called it about
Why
2
does-
years ago.
Why wouldn't people just use Viagra?
It's not going to be
Because a lot of times it doesn't work.
and I-
Anyway, so I think that, I've heard from people that there is sensation. They can still have.
And I'm sure everybody's different.
That you can still have orgasms.
He said nothing. He
well,
said he was nothing.
you may not have the appropriate dose or use it properly.
That could be.
But I know people, because I've talked to, urologists, and they say people do have sensation, they have orgasms.
Okay.
And
He said it's like having
ejaculations.
nothing.
Maybe. But at least it makes his partner happy.
Yeah, I guess. Are you, so should I show you where this guy's at? You probably see it. This is where it is.
No, I'm just gonna tell him to go to a gas station.
Okay, so there's one right down the road.
Okay.
If you get on Struthers Road, right down the road, there's a Shell
There must be
station.
1,000 gas stations around here.
It's about time I got a damn, the thing sucks, because they want you to have, oh no, this is control software again. I mean, okay, there, this is at least going to show you some stuff. Good. I'm going to save this one. Jesus, are they terrible. And mine is Studio, Scarlet Studio.
Here this guy says King Supers is hiring 10,000 people. They need stalkers, there's no doubt.
There is nobody in this economy who can't get a job if they want one.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, and to take complaints, and we're almost out of time, so I don't know what we can do. Let's go to, who should I take, Daphne?
Why don't we take line 1?
Okay, and what about, find out what Greg wants. Maybe we help him off the air or get him up tomorrow. Nick, what's going on, Nick? Nick? Are you there? Maybe Nick took care of himself. Go ahead, Nick.
Are you looking for Nick Swanson?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Tim.
Go ahead, quick. You only have a minute.
All right, my name's Nick Swanson. I'm the executive chef at Under the Sun Eatery and Pizzeria here in Boulder.
Okay.
We're part of the bigger group, the Mountain Sun Pub and Breweries. I just wanted to let everyone know that we are open and not fully operating, obviously, but
pick up and delivery, right?
Now.
Give us a website.
Pick up and delivery only. Southern Sun and Vine Street in Denver, they're offering to go beer sales.
Give us
as
a
well.
website.
The mountainsunpub.com. You'll find all of your information there.
Season after season, quality's the reason people trust
We're going to disconnect and reconnect, okay?
Okay.
Exciting. Okay, let's try this.
Okay.
I'm going to get rid of this.
Are we done broadcasting?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna call John.
We're going to disconnect this, and I'm going to, it's going to kill me. I'm going to do this.